Get your hands high like, put them in the skylight. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Take it to the top, competition getting crushed like. Get your hands high like, put them in the skylight. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Take it to the top, competition getting crushed like. Hey yo, it's cinematic like a movie and it just don't change. I make you see the picture clearly like a baseball game. Know you heard of me, burn the track like a third degree. The plot is getting thick like DR chips after the surgery. That's word to me. Raise the highest bar to hyperboles. Mentally a genius and I'm fiendish, kinda sturdy, B. Defeat they always, they saying they ain't worthy. The beat I just ate like Kobe's old jersey. Hey yo, it's one for the money and two for the show. See, I'm focused, they'll never let me go. Hey, you knows this, we never gon' stop. And you don't want no more, you. Hey yo, it's one for the money and two for the show. See, I'm focused, they'll never let me go. Hey, you knows this, we never gon' stop. And you don't want no more, you don't want no more. Hey yo, I'm a monster, they be knowing my steeds. My money come in bundles like when chicks be buying they weaves. And if I gotta battle you, then I'ma do that with ease. Like vacations up on the beach, by default, that's a breeze. I'm saying, slave relaying, they got it. Flow in the pocket, they shoot like a rocket. I'm saying, nice with the metaphors and the similes. Sparks be the best up on the microphone, the end and beat. Hey yo, it's one for the money and two for the show. See, I'm focused, they'll never let me go. Hey, you knows this, we never gon' stop. And you don't want no more, you. Hey yo, it's one for the money and two for the show. See, I'm focused, they'll never let me go. Hey, you knows this, we never gon' stop. And you don't want no more, you don't want no more. True, true, true.
What is good, everybody? 14-game slate for you for Saturday, March 15th. You might get me getting me solo today. We'll see who pops in, but let's get to it. What is good, everybody? I am your host, Exotic Wagers. Thank you for tuning in. I will be running another special Rico and Pearlo's House of Exotic Picks Frolic for you tonight, but we may be solo. I believe JD is unavailable. Pearlo is still under the weather, not feeling well, so we won't have him today. And we'll see if Rico pops in. But like I said, we got a huge 14-game slate for you on tap for Saturday. I did a little bit of research before, so we weren't here just trying to wing it. But yeah, I mean, exciting, somewhat exciting, I guess, finish to that last game there with the Oilers and the Blues, man. What a crazy finish there. I took a parlay where I took both games for both teams to score 2. And I thought I was dead in the water there with the Blues. But you know what? I'm hearing audio from my other. Yeah, I am. Hopefully you guys weren't hearing that feedback. But yeah, I just happened to look right before I was starting the stream and saw it was 2-2 going into overtime. And not like I said, I thought that play was dead in the water, but I also had McDavid for 2+ points and was hoping that he'd get one there in overtime. I also had Hyman for a 2-unit bet. I believe he only got to 2. So, but had some cashed some bets early. I guess we can just go ahead and roll right into what we were looking at. last night and kind of what my official plays were, and then we'll get right into it because, like I said, we have a 14 game slate tomorrow, and definitely want to make sure. Oh, yeah, follow me on Instagram. Didn't know that was gonna pop up, but yeah, we'll get right into it. Let me hit the chat real quick before we get into it. Yeah, a couple small bets. I feel you there. I wasn't gonna get too big on the slate as well. I gotta fix those. Let me fix those real quick. This one looks funny. How about that? That looks a lot better. Yeah, I mean we gotta eat tomorrow. It's a big slate. There's some spots I like. I kind of, like I said, I looked a little bit on the card right before I hopped onto the live to do a little bit of research because I didn't want to be, like I know this show we typically do a lot of the betting as we are capping, but with me being here solo and not having a lot of other than you guys in the chat being able to bounce stuff off of you guys, I pulled up some stats, so hopefully we can do that and get going. But thank you guys all for tuning in. Like I said, we have a 14 game slate. We're probably going to be rolling solo here. I don't plan to make this a very long show. I'm probably going to try to keep it within 2 hours or so. I'll run down the slate and give you guys a couple prop looks, and then we'll just scoot on to the next. We might get Rico in here later. We'll see. I don't know. I know he plays in a men's hockey league, so I don't know if he's got a game tonight or not. But yeah. So let me go back to my notes last night and kind of give you guys what I gave when me and JD were running down our clipped version of that. I had a small lean to Kings. That cashed. I had a small lean to the over 5.5. That wouldn't have cashed. I did not take either of those bets. I was this close to putting the Kings. And then when Kemper was in there, I just decided to wing it. Forsberg's been the better goalie of the two. And I just, I couldn't trust him. So I ended up passing on that. I did take Trevor Moore for 3+ shots at well, last night I had said I liked Clark for 2 and Moore for 2. I know Moore got 3 because I actually had a play on that, but I don't know if Clark got to 2. The last time I checked, he had 1. And then as far as the Edmonton game, I liked McDavid over 1.5 shots. I actually gave that out as an official 1-unit bet that did not cash. McDavid got a point there on the second goal, but failed to get one there in overtime. When the Oilers lost there in overtime 3-2 to the Blues. And then what else did I? Oh, I had McDavid shots on goal. I didn't give that out personally. I think he did cash that though, because the last I looked, he had 3, and I'm pretty sure I saw him get one in overtime or late in the. Yeah, he got 4, so that would have cashed if I would have given that out. I gave out. Well, I didn't give out, but I leaned the Hyman anytime goal. Like I said, he only got 2 shots, so I had a 2-unit bet on Hyman over 2.5 shots on goal. He had like 4+ in like 5 of the last 6, so we'll see if that happens. Hey, we got a guest on our hands. Let's go ahead and bring in Mr. Rico Suave. What's up, Rico? How you doing this evening?
Hey, buddy. Good. You?
Good. Just getting ready to hunker down this 14 game slate. Hope you're having a good Friday. Yeah.
Oh yeah, a couple small bets. Bouchard shot, Thomas Point. What else? They got Heineman plus 400 to get a goal, so I was on that top line. I mean, overall kind of broke even a little bit. I had a little bit more scoring, like McDavid, a couple points, and Hyman didn't get a shots or points. I took Savoy too. I saw him jump on the first line right before the game there, so jumped on him. He didn't hit. So overall, it was one of those nights where I didn't put too much out. Didn't win too much, didn't lose too much. So
Yeah, it was kind of the same thing. Kind of same thing for me. Like I said, I didn't win my biggest bet of the night, but I did cash on that Robert Thomas last goal. It wasn't for a goal. I had him for 2 shots. He had 1 shot in the second period. I was hoping I'd get one there at the end, and he ended up netting that one in OT for the Blues to win. Man, I didn't see how those two goals came in to tie up the Oilers there to take it to OT, but man, another bad loss for the Oilers. They just keep tanking.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. I was watching the WBC. Canada was playing the States, so I was kind of flicking back and forth. But I did tail on your Trevor Moore shots. He got his 3 shots tonight, which is good. He got a couple pretty early in the game, then we were sweating that third one.
Yeah, for a little while there. And he actually, I think in the second period, when the period closed, he had 3. And I was like, all right, man, we cashed. And then the third period started to look. It was back at 2. I was like, shit, man.
Yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, Blues have been rolling too now with Robert Thomas back. It seems like, he's that offensive juggernaut that creates lots of chances for them. And I mean, right there at the end, he netted one there to win. So they're finding. ML kid just said it right now. Play the Blues to make the playoffs at plus 2,200.
Dude, man. I mean, 2 bad spots. 2 bad spots. One against Carolina, the other one against the Oilers, and they come out with both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, plus 2,200, that's great odds. But as far as my official plays, let's see, what did I have? I think like you said, I almost pretty much broke even as well, because I had Anders Lee over 2.5 shots that cashed at plus 105. Trevor Moore 3+ at plus 135. Robert Thomas over 1.5. That was just minus 112 for 1 unit. Then, like I said, I took Hyman for 2.5 for 2 units. That didn't cash. McDavid 2 points. That didn't cash. And then I took both teams to score 2 in both games. That was plus 124. That cashed, luckily, with the Blues. They're getting 2 late. And then I did a, everybody likes a little long shot parlay every day. So I threw one together for that. And let's see, what wouldn't have cashed in that? The legs were Trevor Moore 2. I got that. Anders Lee 2. I got that. Panarin point. I got that. Barzal point. He did not get a point. Hyman 2. I got that. Robert Holloway 2. I got that. Robert Thomas point. Got that. McDavid point. I got that. So the only thing that didn't hit was the Barzal point. Fuck, man, that was like a plus 925. I had $100 on that one. So
it's funny you say that. I did the same thing too. Plus 1150 with the profit boost. I had Thomas point, got it. Bouchard 3 shots, got it. Schaefer point, got it. I needed Horvat for 4 shots, and he had 2 or 3 at one point. He had one taken away. I was like, oh, God, this isn't getting there.
Yeah, that Horvat look was good though, because like I had looked at it, those like he had 4 and I don't know how many, like 5 of the last 6 or something, right? Like I'm assuming that's why he took it too, and I think he had good numbers against them as well. So crazy, crazy game.
That's what keeps us coming back.
Yeah, no shit, man. I'm pissed I kind of missed some of that game, but I was scrambling, trying to eat real quick, and then I wanted to do a little bit of research, like I said, before I came in, so that I wasn't trying to, because we do our kind of research as we're on this show, but I figured if I was going to be solo or it was only going to be 1 or 2 of us, maybe I'd try to get at least a couple games under my belt and see some shit so that I'm not trying to wing it as much as we wing it.
One bet I picked up on and I took it was Hofer over 26 saves at minus 128. He blew that over. I figured, I'm like, his saves over 25.5 is kind of low here, especially with Edmonton after last night and St. Louis being maybe a little tired coming from Carolina. So he blew over that with 36 saves.
Nice. Nice. I didn't even look at goalie saves tonight. I was at my 9 to 5 till 5, and then hauled ass home from my 5 to 9. So,
no, I was at work too. I just checked out Top Cheddar on Twitter, and he had put that stat out over 25.5 over. I'm like, this seems a little low, so I jumped on that.
yeah, that's great. It's great to cash on shit like that, especially when they have it way too low or they're respecting the team's defense or, history way too much.
Yeah, but yeah, if we want to fire through the games tomorrow, I gotta be at work tomorrow, so I'm probably good for a couple hours.
Yeah, I'm good too. Like I said, I wanted to try to get through this in at least 2 hours. I think we can do it.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be too shabby. Like I said, there is some good games, especially this first early one. But let me get the handy dandy notepad open. Get my timestamp going. And we'll get right into it. Open this. Alrighty. First game on the board we have at 1 p.m. Eastern. We have the Anaheim Ducks on the road taking on the Ottawa Senators. Anaheim on the road at plus 135. Ottawa at home minus 160. Over-under is set at 6.5, slightly juiced to the under at minus 115. Ottawa is 36, 26 on the season, 14-16-2 on the road. Ottawa is 32-23-9 on the season, 14-11-5 at home. Head-to-head between these two teams, the Ducks have won 6 of the last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the under. They have played once this season back on November 20th in Anaheim, where Ottawa won 3-2. Anaheim is 7-3 in their last 10. 4 of those 10 have trended to the over. Anaheim is coming off of a 4-6 loss on the road versus Toronto. This is the third game of a 4-game road trip. They are on a front end of a back-to-back, where they got a big game on Sunday where they travel to Montreal to take on the Canadiens. Ottawa is 6-2-2 in their last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the under. Ottawa's coming off of a 2-3 loss at home versus Montreal. They are also on a front end of a back-to-back, and they play back at home on Sunday when they take on the Sharks. So both of them are on a front end of a back-to-back. None of them have a 3-4 or anything like that I saw originally. I know Ottawa's been on a roll. I was kind of looking back at their last 10 games. And they've been winning games, but if you look at their wins, they really haven't beaten anyone. I mean, they beat Vancouver 2-0. They beat Seattle 7-4. They beat Calgary 4-1. They lost to Edmonton. They beat Toronto. Lost to Detroit. Just barely beat Philly. Like, the teams that matter, like Carolina, they lost. It's hard to say. I know Ottawa's, better at home. Anaheim's not so great on the road either. So it's kind of like a mix. Like, I almost want to play the under here. It looks like you're going to probably have Dostal and Allmark. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I see that schedule going back with Ottawa beating the teams they should be beating and losing the teams that. But you got to go back to late January pretty much, where they beat the Golden Knights and Avalanche at home 2 in a row to see 2 wins that kind of stick out there. Watching that Ottawa Montreal game, like Ottawa came out and they dominated the first shift of that game. Then all of a sudden they took a penalty and Slavkovsky scored, and then all of a sudden the game kind of tilted to Montreal a bit. Then Ottawa kind of took the lead, but Ottawa didn't seem to give up too much offensively. I think Allmark maybe made around 20 or so saves, like not a ton of stuff on net. Thing is, I mean, Ottawa is D if they're going to be able to hold on to Anaheim after that spirited game against the Leafs they just played in, how they're going to come out against Ottawa after this. I mean, they're going to miss Gudis for 5 games now. But you got Shabbat on the blue line, and that's pretty much it. Like, who else? You got Zub and Spence and the other puck mover they got from Washington in the deal. Their other defenseman, I can't remember his name, but yeah, Nick Jensen, and he was even day to day. I mean, if they can slow down Anaheim here, I don't know. I don't know. At first look, I think Ottawa, because Anaheim's played a lot of hockey too. It seems like they're playing every second night. Ottawa's got a couple days off in between that game against Montreal. A little bit rested here. It's an early game. Quick turnaround for Anaheim after that emotional game. My first look is to take Ottawa here, but goaltending matchup will definitely play a factor as well, with both of these teams being on the front end of the back-to-back. But I don't even mind that under, especially a 1 o'clock Eastern start. That's an early start for Anaheim.
Yeah.
They haven't been on the road. They haven't been on the road for that long. They're not clock adjusted quite yet. Like, that's a 10 a.m. start for them. So
yeah, and
maybe Ottawa first period.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams for the last 10 have barely trended to the over, so they are more so trending to the under. Back to what you said about Ottawa's shot suppression and defense, like if they can keep the shots down from Anaheim, you got two decent goalies in net. Like you said, also with the early start, I could see this going under. My brain tells me, lean Ottawa, just like how you said. But when you look at those numbers, you got Anaheim coming off of that 4-6 loss against Toronto. I think this is just going to be a low grindy game, and I feel more comfortable at under 6.5 than I do on a side, especially when Ottawa's that -160 price. Like,
yeah, it could be even a draw game. West Coast, East Coast, both of them playing the next night. Let's just not kill each other here. It's not going to affect us either way.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. As far as props, I know Batherson has been on a tear. Let me see. I was just looking at that. Points for Batherson, Tkachuk. Wow, Tkachuk had a 4-point game, a 3-point game. No points against Carolina. He did have a 2-point game the last time he played Anaheim. I know that I saw Batherson over here. Batherson. 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like 12 points in the last 10 games. He's just same thing with I think Stützle. Cousins has been pretty solid for 2+ shots. If you're looking for a parlay piece, he's always too juiced to play straight up. But that's the rich Cousins, as JD would say. Dylan Cousins. Well, oh yeah, so Cousins has had back-to-back games with 2 points. He's had 3 and 4 games with at least 2 or more points. And he's had 2 3-point games in the last 6. He's got 8 points in the last 4 games. So that's definitely somebody that you could probably look at. I don't see any head-to-head numbers, but yeah. And as far as goal props, I mean, Cutter Gauthier, he's been hot. Bennett Seneca's been hot for points, so Lots of good looks in this game, but I'd be worried to take anything on the Anaheim side with Ottawa being such a good shot suppression team. Maybe take something on Ottawa's side. So, but yeah, I think that's pretty much cleans it up for this one. We can move on to the next. Oh, actually, I should be sharing my damn screen with you guys. I forgot to do that here. We flip the things for the next game. All right, next game on the board. Get this timestamp going as well. 26. All right, next game on the board, we got the Boston Bruins on the road plus 110. Washington at home minus 135. Over under is set at a flat 6, minus 120 to the over. Boston is 36-23-6 on the season, 11-14-5 on the road. Washington is 33-27-7 on the season, 20-11-3 at home. Head to head between these two teams, they are an even 500. 8 of those 10 have trended to the under. They have played twice this season. The first was on, I think that's opening night, October 8th, in Washington, where Boston won 3-1. And then again on March 7th in Boston, where Boston won 3-1 as well. Boston is 4-3, 1-2 in their last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the under. Boston is coming off of a 2-4 loss at home versus the Sharks. They do not play again until Monday, where they continue on the road for this short 3-game road trip to play their second game while they take on the Devils, like I said, on Monday. Washington is 5-5 in their last 10. 8 of those 10 have trended to the under. Washington is coming off of a 2-1 victory against Buffalo on the road. This is Washington's first game home off of a short 2-game road trip, and they don't play again until Wednesday, where they play again at home to take on the Senators.
Yeah, my first look here is under.
Yeah, and it's a flat 6. Like, I was thinking that too. You also have Washington. This is going to be 3-4 for Washington.
And 4-6.
And 4-6, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an under for me. I lean Boston as a road dog, but they haven't been great at home on the road, and Washington's been great at home.
Yeah.
As far as, let me see who's projected to be in net here. Looks like we're gonna have Swayman and Thompson. That would even make me lean more to the under.
Yeah.
You're getting the best of the both netminders for either team, or for both teams, I should say. I mean, you got Swayman. He's 25-14-3 on the season, 279 goals allowed, and a 905 save percentage. And then you got Thompson with 22-19, 2.44 with a 911. Like, I think at most we get like a push, 4-2, 3-2, 3-1.
Yeah. The only thing that scares me is these two teams played, I think, about a week or so ago, and Boston beat them 3-1. This almost feels like a bit of a Washington revenge spot if there was a reason for Washington to play hard, but they just been so inconsistent too. Boston too, though. Like, who knows what you're going to get out of either of these teams.
Yeah. I was surprised to see Boston lose at home against San Jose. Like, I know San Jose was coming off of like a 2 or 3 game losing streak, and but then you also had that angle of Celebrini being back in Boston, and I'm trying to remember how that game went. I think it was pretty tight till it kind of wasn't there in the third. But
Yeah, Will Smith and Colin Graff. Celebrini's from out west, northwestern Canada. But I know what you're saying. There's a couple of those guys on San Jose that are from the Boston area. Um, I mean, I did not watch that game, but I mean, Boston put 41 shots on Nedeljkovic that night.
yeah, he had an amazing night in Delkovich. I wish I would have took him for saves.
No shit. I just looked at that now. I'm like, holy man, 41 shots. Like Boston basically kept coming in every period. They had 14, 13, and 14. It's not like they even went to sleep.
Yep.
Huh.
And then you got
Yeah, I mean, I
Washington.
could see either way here. I could totally see Boston win, and I could totally look at the score and see Washington win. But my favorite play is the under.
And then as far as like the race, like you have, I think Boston is. So Boston's got 78 points. They're 5 points ahead of the Senators and 1 point ahead of the Jackets. So, I mean, points are points. They need to win this game, but
Yeah. I mean, can we consider Washington still breathing life, or like Pearlo said, they're dead, 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 dead after that loss to Philly?
dead, 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 done, 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 done.
Yeah, or
Let's
Vince
see.
done.
Yeah, Vince done. That's right. So
Yeah.
Caps are. Where are they at? Are they that far out of the picture? Let's see. So they are 73 points back, but you got the
They're tied
Senators,
with Anaheim. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
and then you got Senators. They got 1 game in hand. Flyers got 2 games in hand.
That's where they're fucked. That's where
Yeah,
they could be done in
yeah.
the games played column.
And Caps and the Jackets have played equal amount of games. So I
Yeah.
mean, they're at the point where like any loss could be adding another Vince Dunn to they're done already.
Yeah, another
You
done. Another done. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Rest in peace, Ryan Dunn
yeah.
from Jackass. But honestly, I'd love to see Columbus make the playoffs, man. I'd love to see them slide in there.
Yeah, that would be great.
I don't want Boston to make it because we made a trade last year with them, Brandon Carlo, and all of a sudden they got better this year and we got worse. I'd like to see Columbus slide in there, but I'd like to see Ottawa in there too, but kind of like Detroit. You've seen the Islanders get back in. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, this is what Gary Bettman wants, man. He wants a little bit of parity. He's trying to get it, but fortunately, got one of the biggest markets in the Rangers dead last in the conference. That's not something that he wants.
No. No, not at all. As far as props, I really don't want to angle any or look at any point props in this game just because we think it's going to be a lower scoring affair. But I mean, Charlie McAvoy's been putting up points like crazy in his last 10. He's been on a roll. I think he's like minus 145 for a point if you want to live on the edge there for a parlay piece. Ryan Leonard's got a point in 5 straight.
Goals in 3 straight, I think.
Oh yeah, and goals in 3 straight. You are correct there, sir. See what else we got. Shot prop wise, shot props is probably something I could get behind in this game. Should be some shooting, no scoring. Let's see where Ryan Leonard's at. Or even Charlie McAvoy's had quite a bit shot in back-to-back games with 3, 2, 4, 5, 7 of the last 10. Let's see if he's on the road wise. 3 of the last 4. And then goals. Who else for goals? No goals. No goals. Tom Wilson. Victor Iverson. Elias Lindholm. But yeah, Ryan Leonard. He's hot as of late. Same thing with Charlie McAvoy.
Yeah, he's still got his legs.
Pasta's got 3 in the last 2 on the road. Pasta's also got goals in 5 of the last 6. 6 goals in the last 5. So yeah, Pasta'd be a good one. But he's plus 150. Yeah, plus 150.
Yeah, it's a 3 o'clock game, so it must be some type of televised game, maybe.
Yeah.
1, 2.
All right. Write down my plays for this one. Maybe Boston on the road. Maybe it flip flops here. Like Boston's been great at home. They just lost at home. So maybe they take one here on the road. Let's see that. Alrighty. Well, moving right along. Let me get these slides flipped over. It wants to work. Oh, that's hilarious. It's not doing what it needs to do. All right. That's funny. The other slide on the other one is moving, but not that one. Unless I'm moving the wrong one. Yep, that's what I was doing wrong. All right. Next game on the board. Oh shit, I'm still showing the damn wrong game. It's supposed to be the other side. Oh, I give up. This one ain't working. We're gonna flip over to this one. Close this damn thing down. Alright, y'all got the odds right there. Next game on the board, we have the Colorado Avalanche on the road, plus 190. Winnipeg at home, plus 154. Over under is set at a flat 6, even money, minus 110 on both sides. Colorado is 44, 11, and 9 on the season, 21, 6, and 5 on the road. Winnipeg is 26, 28, and 10 on the season, 15, 13, and 5 at home. Head-to-head between these two teams, the Avalanche have won 6 of the last 10. They are an even 500 on over-unders. They have played once this season back on December 19th in Colorado, where Colorado won 3-2. Colorado is 8-2 in their last 10. 3 of those 10 have trended to the over. Colorado is coming off of a 5-1 win on the road versus Seattle. This is the second and final game of a short 2-game road trip, and they return back home to play the Penguins on Tuesday. Winnipeg is 4-3-3 in their last 10. 7 of those 10 have trended to the under. Winnipeg's coming off of back-to-back losses at home versus Anaheim 1-4 and the Rangers 3-6. This is the 6th game of an 8-game homestand. They are also on the front end of a back-to-back, and they will play again at home again on Sunday when they take on the Blues. Man, what a shitty spot for Winnipeg.
Yeah, I mean, you're coming off 6-3 drubbing against the Rangers at home. How you going to show up here against the Avs? I mean, Colorado does have the look ahead spot because you have McKinnon's favorite player coming into Colorado, Pittsburgh, Crosby in Pittsburgh, but he won't be playing. So, not the look ahead that he was probably hoping for. So, I mean, it's either Winnipeg hangs on, and because Lehkonen and who else are out for the Avs, I think they got a couple of guys that are out.
Yeah, it is Lankinen and
Ross Colton, I think.
Landeskog and Colton.
Mm-hmm. So that means Josh Morrissey and Hellebuck are going to try to basically defend everything that Colorado shoots at him with that top line. Morrissey's probably going to play half the game, try to keep this under total, but I mean, you got a Colorado offense and you got an inconsistent Mackenzie Blackwood that might make the start here. I mean, he's given up 8 goals in his last 2. Of course, it was to Edmonton and Dallas, but still. I don't know, man. And Colorado can go do the exact same they did in Seattle last night. They can do the exact same thing with Winnipeg, go in there and win 5-1.
Yeah, Ross Colton is projected to be back tomorrow, but Landeskog and Lankinen are for like another week or 2. So.
Is my screen blurry?
No.
No? Okay. Maybe it's just my laptop.
Yeah, let's see. You look fine on the stream, and then I also have the stream pulled up on YouTube on another computer, and it looks fine over there too.
Not glitchy?
Mm-mm.
All right.
You look like smooth like Rob Thomas.
Yeah, maybe my screen's just set in Commodore 64 mode. Maybe it's just me.
Flames team total over 2.5. Storms team total over 3.5. Let's see if we like that when we get there. Yeah, I mean, and it looks like you're gonna have Blackwood, which I hate taking Colorado. I mean, when you got Blackwood, you know what I could get behind though is Hellebuck saves. I think Colorado at least shoots. This could be a grindy game. I mean, like you said, Colorado could go in there 5-1, or it could be a freaking, 3-2 game. I wouldn't see why Colorado doesn't roll here. And I think Winnipeg scores a few on Blackwood. Like, Blackwood hasn't been the greatest. Let me look at his numbers real quick before we move on.
Yeah. He gave up 4 and 4. 8 in his last 2.
Yeah, let's see. So he's given up. He hasn't been. So against Winnipeg, he has been a little bit better. He's 4-3-1. So really, record-wise, no, but 273 and a 905 save percentage. That's decent. He's last 10. He's 911 save percentage and a 2.28 goals allowed. But like you said, he's got back-to-back games giving up 4. Yeah, like I probably wouldn't take. What the price is not even playable, right? -190. Yeah. I would just take Hellebuck saves, maybe Colorado. I don't even know about Colorado's team total. They should get there, but just a weird spot for, like you said, Colorado. Look ahead, slight look ahead to Pittsburgh. You got Winnipeg on the front end of a back-to-back, playing the Blues on Sunday. A 14-game slate, it might not be a game I want to target, other than shots. Like, I could see getting behind some Colorado shots. But Winnipeg, I don't know if I want to take it against.
Yeah, it's a race for the art roster now. I think McKinnon and McDavid are very close. I think Kucherov's pretty tight there too. And maybe McKinnon shot ladder, but you've got to think that Morrissey's going to be going on the ice every time McKinnon's line goes out there.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you Natchez has been pretty firing a lot, quite a bit lately, and he's got goals in 5 of the last 6. He's definitely somebody I could get behind. Points wise, he's points 1.5. But yeah, maybe taking Natchez for 2.5 shots. Morrissey's been pretty solid against Colorado too. Oh yeah, he's had 6 straight covering over 1.5. It's -160. You got to use it as a parlay piece, but yeah, Mikey, the Oilers do eat pieces of shit for breakfast.
Do they put it on toast or they just eat it straight?
Yeah, no shit. You fucking put some jelly on it. Try to get rid of the zing.
They're trying to get rid of the zing, but they can't get rid of it. They haven't found a good enough jelly. And jelly by I mean goaltender.
I was waiting for Po Buddy to come in here. I got this clipped up for him because I know he's missing Pearlo and JD.
Why don't you just check yourself into the old fool's home while they still have a bed left?
Stadler and Waldorf, right?
Yeah.
From the Muppets.
Yeah.
Classic, man. That's classic.
I said I got to get this in here before the stream starts because I knew they weren't both going to be here. But all right, I think we kind of know where we're headed or not headed in this game. We can move on.
Take a look at Kiviranta too. If he's playing up on that second line with Nelson and Nikushkin, you might get some good value. I know Nick Waugh, I think, scored last game as well too. He's had a couple since he's went over there. So those are value goal props on the Colorado side if you don't want to take the top line.
Alrighty. We can let's see, I think that last one was 39 minutes. Move on to the next here. We're making pretty good time. All right, next game on the board, we have the New York Rangers on the road, +185. Minnesota Wild at home, -225. Yikes. Over under is set at a flat 6, -120 to the over. Rangers are 27, 30, and 8 on the season. 30, 34, and 1. Oh, I'm sorry. 18, 15, and 2 on the road. Minnesota is 38, 16, and 12 on the season. 19, 7, and 8 at home. Head-to-head between these two teams, the Rangers have won 6 of the last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the over. They have played once this season, back on October 20th in New York, where the Minnesota Wild won 3-1. Rangers are 5, 3, and 2 in their last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the over. Rangers are coming in on a 3-game winning streak, scoring 16 goals in their last 3 games. This is the most recently beating Winnipeg 6-3 on the road. This is the second and final game of a short 2-game road trip, and they will head back home to take on the Kings on, I think that's the 16th is Tuesday, I believe. Let's see, 14 Saturday, 15. No, Monday. Yeah, Monday. So they take on the Kings on Monday. The Wild are 6-2, 0-2 in their last 10, 4-4-2 to over-unders. Minnesota is coming on a 2-3 loss shootout at home versus the Flyers. They are on the third game of a 4-game homestand, and they will return back at home on Sunday to take on the Leafs, which means that they are on the front half of a back-to-back. So you got Minnesota on the front half of a back-to-back. Rangers don't play again until Monday. Well, let's see. Minnesota just coming off of that 2-3 shootout loss versus Philly. Man, what a weird day that was yesterday. I think we totaled up like 7 dogs. One yesterday, I think only like 2 or 3 favorites won out of the whole like 14-game slate. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that Blues one in Carolina took the cake.
Oh, yeah. For sure. I mean, Rangers, can they keep it up? That's what she said.
They're rolling. They're rolling.
Yeah. There you go.
I mean, Rangers, it's like the guys that are due now are Lafreniere, Perot, Cooley, like pretty much those 3 guys are bringing it every night. I mean, another sneaky guy that has 2 goals in his last 3 games is Ty Cartier for the Rangers. You're going to think that Minnesota's going to bring it here after that embarrassing loss to Philadelphia at home. I mean, they still got a point, but I have to look if it was a bad spot or not for Minnie. But
and Rangers put up 5 on Hellebuck. That 6th one was an empty netter, but
yeah,
what a crazy 4 against Calgary, 6 against Philly. I mean, it was Vladar, but
dude, Ty Cartier is plus 900 to get a goal, and he's got 2 in his last 3.
What? That is insane. That's just an automatic sprinkle at plus 900.
Yeah, he's on the third line. Connor Sherry and Olava. I mean, might get some ice time here on the road. What's going on? And he's like, obviously, he's got the goals on the road. He got him in Philly and got him in Winnipeg. So he's playing an average of 15 minutes a night. That's good enough for me for plus 900.
Yeah, Gabe Perreault also has been shooting a lot. He did not cover in that last game versus Winnipeg, but Minnesota, I believe, is still the second team in the NHL to give up the most shots on goal in the league. So, you know, Gabe Perreault over 1.5 minus 110. That's probably not a bad look. Let me see defensive wise, positional wise. Let me see where they sit on that against forwards. 25th, so that's 7th in the league. So 7th most shots to forwards, 31st shots to teams in general. For being the worst, I could see that. Minus 110, that's not bad. I might take that.
And who else can I look at here? Max. What about Zuccarello? He used to be a Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't get to play them too often, but he's got 4 points in his last 5 games.
Well,
Plays basically 20 minutes a night right now. 19. like a Zuccarello point.
Maybe him and Trocheck's got 5 points in his last 2 games. He's got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points in his last 7 games. And he's got 5, 6, 7, 8 points in his last 6 games versus Minnesota.
Playing against his former GM, Bill Guerin, GM
Oh,
of
that's
Team
right.
USA at the Olympics.
Mhm. Let me see.
I mean,
Let me start looking
that-
at that one.
if you don't want to go with goal props, I mean, Lafreniere is minus 113 for a point, Pearlo plus 126, Will Cooley plus 168. So they're guys with decent value there. But yeah, I kind of like Trocheck in this spot too.
Lafreniere's been shooting a ton too. Like a
Yeah.
ton. He's minus 190. He had a 4 and a 5 spot there before he ran into Winnipeg's defense with 1.
Yeah, him and Pro have been playing good with Zibanejad.
Mm-hmm. That's been a really good
Zibanejad's
line.
been kind of feeding him. They've been feeding each other. Yeah. What about Edstrom? He's up on the second line. What's he doing? Not a whole lot. Well, he got a goal in Winnipeg. Played 13 and a half minutes. Not a whole ton.
Yeah, I think as far as net minders for this one, we're looking at so Gus Bus is already confirmed, and projected is Igor. So looks like we're gonna have both of those. How much has been the Rangers shooting? Have they been shooting a lot? No, they're scoring a lot. No, they put up 17 shots. Man, what a shitty percentage game for Hellebuck in that game. 5 goals on 17 shots. That's pretty shitty. That's a shitty save percentage there.
You know, it's funny. They don't even have an Edstrom goal prop on FanDuel. They pretty much got everybody else. Weird. Well, I'm going to put in a goal prop for Perot and Will Cooley. They're plus 360, plus 370.
I do like the over in this one. I think who said that? Wolf Canado. Rangers have just been putting up goals like crazy. I mean, the more impressive
Yeah.
one is the one against Hellebuck. I could see them putting up 4 or more against Philly and Calgary. They should be. They haven't been, but they should. But I mean, even like going before that Philly game, they had Devils. They scored 3 against the Devils. Scored 6 against the Leafs. They scored 4 against the Blue Jackets. Like they've been scoring. So that's like, what is that? 6 games, 7 games straight with 3 or more. So the Rangers are the dog. You can probably catch their team total at a flat 3, maybe. If you like Rangers to keep rolling with scoring goals. Let's see what their team total is. I mean, obviously, it's a lot better them doing it on the road than at home because they've been horrible at home. Oh, yeah, you can catch it at 2.5 at plus money. Plus 104. I might get behind that if they're going to keep scoring. And plus money. I know I haven't bet much on the Rangers this year, but take them where they're better on the road.
Yeah. a Zuccarello and a Kaprizov, even 1 point each. You parlay that, you're minus 120. Could even go Zuccarello assists because he doesn't score a ton of goals. He's on the power play too with Kaprizov. Zuccarello, yeah, he's got a couple of goals back in early March, but he hasn't scored in his last three. But not a ton of assists either. Not a ton of shots. Just guy's been in the league forever, man. 38 years old, still playing on the top line for Minnesota.
Gus has given up 3 or more in 3 of the last 5 games he's played the Rangers. That's the last 4 games with Minnesota, then dating all the way back to when he played with Ottawa. But man, as of late, he's been solid. He ain't gave up more than 2 in his last 5 straight games. He shut out Utah on 25 shots. Last time he gave up more than 2 was back on February 4th, where he gave up 5 to Nashville. So he's due for a little bit of regression, is what I would say. You know, it's always that double-edged blade sword. You know, it's like they say, well, I'm not going against them. They're 13-0 in their last 13 games. And then I think about it and I'm like, is it hard to keep that winning streak going longer? Or is it harder not to lose? You know, it's like, I feel like sometimes it's harder to keep that. It's just trying to, you know, trying to figure out when that streak's going to break. So
yeah,
there's times where I go against it, but
yeah.
All right. As far as the side in this one, man, I mean, how do you not take the Rangers at plus 185?
Yeah. I know.
Minnesota's coming off that ugly loss at home versus Philly. They're going to bring it here, but...
Or maybe some guys are feeling it a little bit. Maybe just not feeling the best, or, you know. I don't know what kind of spot that was for Mini last game. What was it? Philly was coming into town after they just... Yeah, Minnesota was...
I don't know. I remember when we capped that game, I thought Minnesota would be licking their chops. I don't remember if I remember a bad spot for them, but... I think Philly was on a back-to-back, to be honest.
The only thing is Minnesota has the Leafs at home the very next night. You guys get a lot of Ontario people and some Minnesota people that cheer for the Leafs, and a lot of people travel from the Thunder Bay area and stuff to Minneapolis. It's a 6-hour drive. They could be looking ahead to the Leafs. I know it's a non-conference, but only thing I could think of. I mean, Rangers are kind of playing with a little bit of confidence here.
Yeah. I mean, I think they finally figured out how to play with the Breadman and kind of got their lineups figured out and are kind of just vibing now, you know? So Minnesota, Philly went in there on a back-to-back beating Washington 4-1. And then going in there on a back-to-back where Minnesota had like a day or two's rest and then beating them 2-3 in that shootout win.
Yeah, that's wild.
No pun intended.
Yeah. No. 1 sec. I'll be right back.
All right. But, yeah, I couldn't get behind them. I think, if anybody, it's the Rangers at plus 185. I think that's way too much good value. For the Rangers, you're going to have Shesterkin in net. They're better netminder. I wouldn't take it if it was quick. I don't think it could be quick in this spot. Let me see what the rotations look like as far as... So it's just... Well, you know, they are going back and forth. Shesterkin did play against Winnipeg there in that last game, but they've went back and forth for the last 5 games. Let me look back on their further back games and see if that trend has continued since coming back from the Olympic break. No. Shesterkin had a whole bunch there together at the same time. Quick went in and played for the Devils, against the Devils, went in there and played against Calgary. I don't see him coming in to play against Minnesota. I think it'll be Shesterkin. Let me look on these other websites. We got Shesterkin also projected on left wing lock. We also have let's see. Yep, Shesterkin's projected on goalie post too. So all 3 sites are projecting Shesterkin because Gus is already confirmed. So I don't see it. Yeah, it would be Rangers for me and the over. Those would be my 2 leans. Over 6. So, all right, we can move on down to the next game. Alrighty, timestamp this one. Man, I don't know if you guys have been watching any March Madness. I don't watch very much basketball except for the Suns and my Arizona Wildcats. But Arizona played, I believe it was Iowa State today. Buzzer beater, man. I think we're still ranked 2 in the nation. We were 1 there for a while until we went on a little bit of a slump. But yeah, we beat the Iowa State. It was tied, and they hit a buzzer beater there at the very last second. So we move on. We'll see if we make it to the Sweet 16. But yeah, it's been, from what I've heard, it's been a great tournament so far. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to watch very much. But yep, let's move along here. All right, next game on the board, we have the San Jose Sharks on the road, plus 150. Montreal at home, minus 185. Over under is set at 6.5, minus 120 to the over. San Jose is 31-26-6 on the season, 14-16-1 on the road. Montreal is 36-18-10 on the season, 18-11-2 at home. Head to head between these 2 teams, they are an even 500. 7 of those 10 have trended to the under. Although 7 of those 10 have trended to the under, the last 3 games have all trended to the over. 7, 7, 12 in those last 3. San Jose, and then also, they did play about 10 days ago in San Jose, where San Jose won 7-5. San Jose is 4-4-2 in their last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the under. San Jose is coming off of a 4-2 win on the road in Boston, where Boston plays its best hockey. Beat them 4-2. This is the 3rd game of a 5-game road trip, and they head to Ottawa they are also on the front half of a back-to-back here as they travel to Ottawa to take on the Senators on Sunday. Montreal is 6-1-2-1 in their last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the over. Montreal is coming in on a 3-game winning streak, most recently beating Ottawa on the road 3-2. This is their first game of a short 3-game homestand. They are also on the front half of a back-to-back, where they will take on the Ducks again at home on Sunday. So both of these teams are on the front half of a back-to-back. they just saw each other a little over a week ago. We had a 7-5 game. That was a pretty crazy game. I believe it was 1-1 there at the beginning of the first period. Then San Jose turned around and put up 3 in the second. We had one for Misa, Celebrini, and Wenberg. Then in the third period, you had Will Smith score on a power play goal, and then you had Montreal come back and score 3 straight. Demidov, Newhook, and Newhook again on a power play. And this was kind of just a back and forth game. And San Jose ended up scoring one with Sherwood there. And then at the end, we got an empty netter from Gaudette. So, was that you that logged in again? Or was that
yeah, for some reason my screen kind of froze.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe somebody else had came in. I was like, who else is coming? I thought maybe JD got freed up or something.
Oh.
It was playing the 2-pump chump. So yeah, I'm just going over this Montreal game. Like I said, they played a little over a week ago. It was a 7-5 game. 7 of the last 10 have trended to the under, but the last 3 games between these two teams have all seen 7 or more goals. I think the last time they played, I took Celebrini and Caulfield for both 3+ shots and 4+ shots. I believe they both cashed. Let me look at that just to make sure I'm not.
Yeah, is Caulfield healthy? Is he back now?
Caulfield. Oh, they
still considered day to day.
Let's see. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Oh.
Yeah, he's still considered day to day, but
yeah, his projected return is tomorrow, but he is day to day. And then, you got Askarov is day to day. Is that? He did not play against Thursday lower body. I mean, but on the other hand, Nedeljkovic was, I think, the sole reason why they beat Boston. Like, I think he had a great game against Boston, right?
Yeah, they got like 4 goalies like showing like in the weeds here. Kowalkowski and Chauvette and Nedeljkovic and Askarov. So I don't think Askarov is coming back. It says unavailable Thursday.
Yeah. I mean, he is day to day. His projected date is tomorrow, but that we won't be solidified until they take their morning skate. So
interesting that they got a couple extra tenders showing up on there.
As far as who's projected, so Montreal has already got Dobish confirmed. So it is going to be Dobish. And they do show Nedeljkovic being projected for San Jose. I don't know if I can get to what is the total. I said it's a flat 6, right? I could probably get to the over,
especially if Caulfield plays.
Yeah,
Mr. Set. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's Saturday, not night. Kinda. 7 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. Can you call him Mr. Saturday Happy Hour? No, happy hours during the week.
Oh, that's normal start time in Montreal, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, that's true. Mr. Saturday night.
Yeah.
Let me see what his numbers
are. If he plays and it's just an illness and it's not an injury, it's just about him feeling better. I mean, I love his props for tomorrow night. Toffoli played for the Habs, I think. He played a couple years. He was there in the bubble, I think. Yeah, 2020, 2021, 22. Yeah, he played for the Habs in the bubble. Yeah, scored 28 goals that year for the Habs.
Macklin had 7 shots on 11 attempts last game versus Montreal. Definitely trying to show up Celebrini for sure. Maybe take Sherwood shots.
Eklund got a couple points in the last game, 3 shots. He's had at least 2 in his last 4 games, but 2 bang on and 3 out of the 4. He scored a nice one against Boston too.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see Montrebo come back. It's going to be Dobish and Fowler.
That's wicked, dude. Ride 2 rookies right into the playoffs. That's going to be fucking wicked.
Yeah. But you know what? It's like, it's kind of like looking back at the Olympics. Like when you think about the way Celebrini played in the Olympics, like he looked like a seasoned vet. Like he had been there for years. And it's just when talent's talent.
Montebo's not that old either. It's not like Montebo's a veteran by any means. So,
yeah. Alrighty, I think I don't see anything else that I like here. Maybe Colin Graff. Oh, here's a good one. Colin Graff over 2.5 shots. He's hit this in 8 of the last 9. He also has had 5 and 3 spots against Montreal. He did have 3 in that last game. And it's only 1.5. You're seeing minus 130. Also, depending on where he is in the lineup. Is he still playing on the top line? He's still playing on the top line with Celebrini. So, minus 1.5. I could see that. I'm going to add that. I don't know if I'll get there, but yeah, Misa point, Ben. I totally agree. Misa's been, I think he had a goal in that last game too, if I'm not mistaken. But with him and Eklund and Toffoli, I could definitely see that.
Yeah, I like Caulfield goal. I mean, it's only plus 120, but Caulfield, Kapanen for Montreal plus 330, Graff plus 340, Eklund plus 350. Those are ones I'll be looking at. I mean, if Misa can get hot again, he went on a little bit of a goal scoring streak. He's plus 440.
Yeah, and I know that San Jose's coming off of that big win against Boston, but plus 150 against Montreal at home. Montreal's been pretty good at home. They've actually been better on the road. They do have a good home record. Montreal's coming in on a 3-game winning streak. I would say the biggest win in that 3-game winning streak has got to be LA right now, because Toronto and Ottawa, like we were just talking about the Ottawa schedule and who they've beaten and lost to. And San Jose, okay, 3-6 lost to Boston. I mean, to Buffalo, that's a given. They barely inched out a loss there against the Isles. They barely lost to the Blues. Then they beat Montreal 7-5 the last time they saw each other. They beat Winnipeg, beat Edmonton. Like, if you can get another good game out of Dukovic, like, I think they could go in here and beat Montreal on the road again. But it's definitely the playable side at plus 150 versus minus 185 for Montreal.
I like that play too, because the San Jose's got Ottawa very next day at 5 o'clock. I think they fire in Nedeljkovic Saturday night in Montreal, see if they could take that game, and then bank on whoever's going to be in net for San Jose the next day at 5 in Ottawa. So,
yeah,
ride a hot Nedeljkovic, confident.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, John. Montreal on a Saturday night at home. That's probably why you're getting the 185.
And why I like the over probably. I don't know if Nedeljkovic will save another 40, but I don't know if
Yeah.
Montreal will get that many. I don't know. These two teams are good skating teams. You're going to see a good game. That'll be a fun game to watch, I think.
Yeah. It's John, I would say if Caulfield is out, then it's definitely a shark spot. But if Caulfield's in and he's 100%, I could see them winning this. But just really depends on how Nedeljkovic plays, because if he plays another game like he did the other night, it could be a close one. Where's Mr. Lube at? He's not feeling well. He said he'd try to be back tomorrow, and we'll see if he comes back. JD, I forget what JD said, but I knew that he had something. He said he wasn't going to be able to make it. So, all right. I think I'm ready to move on. I don't got a whole lot in this one. I'm a slight lean to San Jose. I really like Caulfield props if he's playing. Definitely like Celebrini props. I feel like he's going to, want to show out against Caulfield. Same thing, same angle I had at the last game a little over a week ago. But, okay. Let's head over to the next one. Get the timestamp going here. Next game on the board, we got the Calgary Flames plus 135. The Islanders minus 165. Over under is set at 5.5. Minus 118 to the over. Calgary is 26-32-7 on the season. 10-20-3 on the road. Islanders are 37-24-5 on the season. 17-11-2 at home. Head-to-head between these two teams, Calgary's won 8 of the last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the over. They have played once this season back on January 17th in Calgary, where Calgary won 4-2. One thing to also note, Calgary has won the last 4 games that these two teams have seen each other. Calgary is 4-5-0-1 in their last 10. They are an even 500 on over-unders. Calgary is coming in off of a 5-4 win on the road versus the Devils. This is the 4th game of a 5-game road trip, and they will be playing on the road in Detroit on Monday when they take on the Red Wings. Yeah, Monday. Islanders are 7-3 in their last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the over. Islanders 2-3 lost tonight against LA at home. Looked like they were going to try to tie it up there at the end and come back after getting blanked in the first period, 3-0. They do not play again until Tuesday, where they head out on the road to take on the Leafs. Man, oddly enough, Calgary's owned this matchup.
You know, it's funny you say that. That last game, Calgary played New Jersey. They've owned New Jersey as well, too. And that's why that line was so close. And we're wondering, that was another Anaheim-Toronto fishy line, like Toronto's own Anaheim. And we're like wondering why that line was so close. And we saw Toronto's record against Anaheim in their last 10. They're like, this is a different Toronto team, different Anaheim team. But same thing with Calgary. I don't know what it is. With them and the Devils, they always beat them. They always beat the Islanders. So I don't know, but I know like the LA game tonight, Islanders coming off that road trip, slow start. They got their legs towards the end of the game, but it was too little too late. So this is one where Dave Rittich is starting. Islanders should need a bounce back here, but again, it's one of those trends that Calgary owns this matchup.
Yeah, and you're also going to get Rittich. Rittich is already confirmed. So it will be
Ex-Calgary Flame too. That means anything. The guy spent a
yes.
few years there, I think. Like the beginning of his career, I think he was drafted by Calgary.
Yeah.
Or whether he was drafted or not, but he played in the first 5 or 6 years, I think, in Calgary. Let me see. Yeah. 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 Yeah, he was there for a while. 1, 2, 3, 5 years in Calgary. And I remember Toronto traded for him, gave up a third round pick in 2020. He played 4 games for him.
So Rittich is 0-6 versus Calgary. He's got a 4.02 goals allowed and an 851 save percentage. So I would Ben's already on it here, as you can see. He says Flames team total over 2.5 minus 115. I think that's a pretty good look there. He's also given up 4 goals in back-to-back games versus the Flames in Anaheim. Definitely worth a look at 2.5. Isles will be on the back end of a back-to-back.
With a look-ahead spot to the Leafs. I mean, they'll have a couple days in between it, but
Calgary's got a day's rest, and then they get 2 days rest before they go to play Tuesday against Detroit. Yeah, I mean, maybe you split it, take a whole unit, split half on the money line and half on the team total. As far as an over/under, I can't bet. I would lean to the under, but with Rittich and Wolf and net, they can go either way, in my opinion. No pun intended. 6 and 7 in the last 2 games, but yeah, I couldn't get one way or the other. You got Isles or 6 of the last 10 have went to the over. Calgary's an even 500. Head-to-head matchup, they have went to the over. If I was going to go one way or the other, it would be an over. But I don't know if I'll get there. Got a big card.
yeah, depending on the props in this game, I know Coronado for Calgary. He's from the New York area. He's from New York, and he had 6 shots against the Rangers. So now he's basically just up the road in Long Island. So I'm going to look at Coronado shots in this game. 6. Yeah, ladder Coronado to 6-7 shots.
That's hilarious. Let me see. Do we got any props in this one? Probably not with the Isles on the back-to-back yet.
I think Backlund points been pretty much money this year too. 2 of 3, but before that, not so much. Seems like he gets more points, maybe because he's leading the Flames in points.
Yeah, Blake Coleman's on it. Blake Coleman, he's got 2 in his last 4.
Fuck, I know. I took his point prop last game and he didn't hit. I was like, damn it.
Fuck.
I took him and Backlund for point parlay, and Backlund got it, and fucking Coronado didn't hit. I mean, Backlund got it and Coleman didn't hit.
Yeah, I mean, Bo Horvat, too. He's been on a heater. He's got goals in 4 of the last 6. 3 straight on the road. Oh, wait. They are on the road, right? No, they're at home.
Ryan Strome, too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points in his last 5 games. New team, still kind of got a little bit of a jump there.
I might go back to Anders Lee over shots. He's had 4 of the last 5. He's got 4, 6, 2, 5, 3. I had his over 2.5 tonight. It was like, I think, plus 105.
Yeah, good call. I'd go back with a Heineman goal too if he's plus 400 again on that top line. He got 2 of them tonight.
He's also got 17 shots in his last 4 games on the road. So, or you could say 20, 22 shots in his last 6 games on the road. So he's definitely shooting. He's got 4 and 6. Oh no, these are numbers versus LA. Sorry about that. It's because they played LA tonight, so it still won that matchup. But everything home and away was all as of late. Okay, I think we've keep on moving on.
Don't guess Flames point parlays. They are YOLO. You guys and current players fight for jobs. Yeah.
All right, we got next game on the board. We have the. Let me move this down. All right. The Carolina Hurricanes on the road plus 110. Tampa Bay at home minus 135. Over under is set at a flat 6, minus 130 to the over. Calgary is 41-18-6 on the season, 17-9-4 on the road. Tampa Bay is 40-20-4 on the season, 20-11 at home. Head to head between these two teams, the Bolts have won 6 of the last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the under. They have played twice this season. The first game was down in Tampa Bay on December 20th, where the Bolts won 6-4. Second game was February 26th in Carolina, where the Canes won 5-4. Carolina is 7-3 in their last 10. 7 of those 10 have trended to the over. Carolina is coming in off of a 1-3 loss against the Blues. They are on the first game of a short 2-game road trip, and they do not play again until Tuesday when they take on the Blue Jackets on the road. Tampa Bay is 4-6 in their last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the over. Tampa Bay is coming in off of a 4-1 win versus Detroit at home. This is the third and final game of a 3-game homestand. They will head back out on the road on Tuesday to take on the Kraken. I like the over. Both games have had 9 and 10 in their first 2 games.
That was my first thought too.
I know we're probably going to have Vasilevsky, and it's hard to take overs with Vazzy, but he hasn't looked great as of late.
No.
Let me see what his numbers are. Especially against Carolina. So Vazzy's given up back-to-back games, 4 more goals in the last 2 times he's faced Carolina. He was pretty solid before that for 4 or 5 games. He did only allow 1 to Detroit, but he also allowed 4 to the Blues, 2 to Toronto, 3 to Winnipeg, 4 to Minnesota, 5 to Buffalo. So he's had his back and forth.
Brindamore's just going to ream these guys out after letting St. Louis go in there and beat them 3-1. That's one thing that scares me. Just going to lose his shit. And they don't play again till Tuesday, so it's like.
And Bussy has been horrible as well. Like, he's been letting up goals galore. Like, I couldn't take Carolina for that sole fact that just Bussy's, like, because Tampa Bay's got shooters, you know? Like, they got goal scorers.
Yeah. And they only got one goal against St. Louis, so you know that Brendan Moore's probably going to preach a little bit more offense, a little more pace, and after getting one goal against the Blues, you think they're going to come back with...
The first game this season had 3 goals in the first period. The second game this season had 5 goals in this first period. I'm almost leaning over 1.5 first period, over 5.5 full game. The only thing that would worry me down is, like you're saying, about losing that to the Blues and them coming out with a heavy defense in the first period and just trying to shut Carolina down. But that's also Carolina's MO. Like, they like playing defense and shutting teams down. So that would even worry me more for the first period over. But like I said, in the first game, Carolina put up 3. It was 3-0 in the first period. And in that last one, it was 3-2 going into the second. So...
see, there's times where I think of a team that's going on a road trip, like basically Tampa's heading out to Seattle and Vancouver and Edmonton and Calgary after this. Sometimes I think that they'd come out hard because their bags are packed. They want to have a good flight. They want to have a good time just traveling and stuff. But then there's other parts where they end up losing these games because maybe they're just distracted because they know they're leaving town for 5-6 days, a week sometimes, and their heads aren't in it because they got one foot on the plane already type thing. So I don't know. I can't see this game being an under just for the reason that Tampa's heading out on a road trip. These two teams got skill, they got speed.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Carolina's going to try to get more offense going after scoring one against St. Louis. Vasilevsky's inconsistency. I mean, Tampa could score in Carolina. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see the 6 holding on for much longer. Like, you got a minus 125 out there. It probably... Oh, we got the odds right here. What did that open up as? It says it opened at a 6.5, but it was minus 122 to the under. So it was juiced to the over. But,
Tampa's a bit on that skid, too. Like John said in the chat, we get a little spot with Tampa's recent record. They bounce it back. I know they beat the Wings, they beat the Leafs, but there's a lot of bad losses.
Yeah.
For that. Now they're heading out on the road. Do you think they're going to want to head out on the road and not lose a game after they've just won a game? You know, once you get rid of that schneid and win one, the last thing you want to do is lose one before you go on the road.
Yeah. But if I was going to bet anything in this, it'd probably just be the over and maybe some props. I could see lots of shots in this game.
Yeah.
They're going to want to play some defense, but I think we get goals. Stankoven, let's see. So Stankoven's had over 1.5 shots in all 4 games versus Tampa Bay. I'm pretty sure he plays better on the road than he does at home. Yes, he does. He is 80% in his last 20 at home. He's only missed 3 games of the last 3, 6, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. So 17 of the last 20 on the road. He has hit over 1.5. That's minus 130. That's probably something I could get behind. Stank over 1.5.
Yeah, and Gostisbehere's out too, so watch for Carolina defenseman props, especially Nikishin. He's got a couple goals in his last 3.
Yeah, what did we have that last game? It was like a Nikishin point, like +4 something, right?
Yeah.
It was like a crazy number for just a point.
That was a power play point, I think.
Oh, yeah, you know what? You're right.
Yeah, but both his goals, 2 of the last 3 games he scored in, were on the power play. So another Nikishian power play point is a good play here.
You got to go back to Darren Radish shots. I know Carolina's a good shot suppression team, but he had 4 and 3 in the 2 games he played them this year. So he's getting to that 2.5, and you can catch it at plus 120. That's probably a good look there. I could get behind that. Anybody else? Gensel's had 9 shots in the last 2 games he played Carolina.
Yeah, the Gonzalez goal prop, he's hovering over 300 consistently on that top line. He just needs to keep his stick on the ice and he'll go off it.
Yep, just show me the way. Nikolai Ehlers, he's been pretty consistent. He didn't have any shots on 3 attempts last game, but I know you had been tailing his prop, and he's got 7 of the last 10.
Yeah.
Let's see. 4 of the last 5 on the road. So not bad. Definitely a look, though. Kucherov going for Art Ross. Yeah, I could say that. I could see that.
Yeah, it's him, McDavid, McKinnon. They're all within 5 points of each other, I think.
What's up, JD?
JD, what up? What's he doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's his... I can't remember if that's his personal account or his... So I know he created... Oh, he's in the car. In the car. He's in the car.
He's in the back seat with his date.
Yeah. He's all steamed out.
He's like, 1 second, just got to fire something. It's like once.
All right, we can move on. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 games left. We are what is that? That's means we're halfway through. Hour 45 minutes. All right. Let me timestamp this next one. We'll get to the next. Alrighty. Next game on the board. We got the Los Angeles Kings on the back-to-back taking on the New Jersey Devils. Kings plus 125 on the road. Devils minus 150 at home. Over-under is set at a 5.5. Minus 110 on both sides of the number. LA is 27, 23, and 15 on the season. 17, 8, and 8 on the road. Devils 32, 31, and 2 on the season. 16, 15, and 2 at home. Head-to-head between these two teams, LA's won 6 of the last 10. 8 of those 10 have trended to the under. They have played once this season, back on November 1st in LA, where the Devils won 4-1. LA is 4-5-1 in their last 10. 4 of those 10 have trended to the under. LA is coming in off of a 3-2 win versus the Islanders tonight. They almost let that one back up and let them back into it. This is the 4th game of a 5-game road trip, and they will be playing again on Monday when they travel to New York to take on the Rangers. Devils are 4-6 in the last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the under. Devils coming in on back-to-back losses, most recently losing to Calgary 4-5. They also lost to Detroit at home in a shutout, 3-0. Jersey is on the 6th game of a 7-game homestand, and they will play again on Monday when they take on the Bruins. Give me LA on the back-to-back. I can't bet on the damn Devils.
You might as well just be going for the draft pick now if you're the Devils. There's no reason to be winning games at all here. You know you're at home. You got to kind of show a little bit of effort here, but no, it's Kings. Kings are fighting for a playoff spot. They're the more desperate team in this matchup. Absolutely no way I'm taking the Devils.
They've been playing good. And not only that, but you had Kemper start tonight, and Forsberg has looked pretty good as of late. You're gonna have him in here on the back.
Doughty's healthy, playing 23 minutes. Clark's playing 23 minutes. Lawton's playing well. They got their line set up. Kopitar's healthy. He's playing well. Can't be like Lafreniere. No, I like the Devils. I mean, I like the Kings in this spot.
Yeah, if I was betting anything in here, it would be Kings. You're going to have probably Markstrom in net. Let me see if there's anything else that says otherwise.
I like Lafreniere prop. He's from Chatham, New Jersey.
I like that. He's been rocking as of late too, I'm pretty sure. I always get the two mixed up between Lafreniere and Laferriere. Oh, one thing
I should just do a whole. What's that?
On left wing lock, it doesn't mean much, but on left wing lock, they show Anderson starting for Carolina. That is a definite over if it's Carolina. Oof. I mean, if it's Anderson.
Yeah. I'm putting in the Lafreniere goal prop right now because I know it's going to drop by tomorrow. People are going to start figuring out that he's shooting in his hometown.
Yeah, I mean, Kopitar, he scored tonight, right? He did.
Yeah, why? Fucking LA at plus money? In New Jersey with nothing to play for?
It doesn't
make sense.
It doesn't. That's why I'm like, give me LA on. Not only that, Markstrom didn't have a great game in that last one either. I'm sure goalie games are like golf. You can have a bad round at any time, but
Trevor Moore shot props?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going back to Trevor Moore. I'll look at what his history is versus the Devils, but this new coach has got him. He just let him loose. Like, there was a time a year or two ago where I was taking Trevor Moore like every game for like over 1.5, and they would never adjust it.
For sure.
And it seems like he's going right back to that.
Yeah. Yeah. He was producing in a top 6 like for LA in years past. Like this year he kind of got off to a slow start. I don't know if coaching or what. I mean, he has played 51 games. He hasn't played a full season, but
Markstrom's got pretty good numbers against LA. He's 7-3, 2.80, and a 903 save percentage. He's got back-to-back games where he's only given up 1 goal. One of the games, man, they only got 13 shots on him. The other one, they had 44 shots on him, but in both games, he only gave up 1 goal. But
and some of that was with the Flames too, the way these teams being East Coast, West Coast.
You are correct. Yeah, just give me LA, give me
or
more
Vancouver.
shots. I don't know if I'll get there, but I'm definitely going to get there on probably the more shots for sure. I'll take it some more. Let's see if I got those numbers.
Slide Timo Meyer's shot prop ladder in there.
Oh, yeah. I do like that. I was on Jack Hughes last game for 3.5.
Timo Meyer's put like 8 2, 7, 6, 2, 4. Like, this guy's fucking all over the place.
Let's see. Timo versus LA.
But he's probably got a lot of numbers against LA being in San Jose for all those years, too.
JD says LA TR. If I had to guess, he was trying to say TT. LA team total.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep, LA team total over. Yeah, I do like their team total. Maybe just split it with the money line because you're getting plus money on the Kings money line, and you can probably catch. Let me see what you can catch that at. But then being the dog, you should be able to catch it at 2.5. Yeah, 2.5 minus 120. I like that, JD. Minus 120. Oh, here, I got this. JD probably didn't see this earlier, but I got this teed up because you and Pearlo are missing today.
Why don't you just check yourself into the old fool's home while they still have a bed left?
So we can hear a little bit of arguing, throughout the show. We gotta hear something, make it feel normal around here. Okay, next game. We will keep on moving right along. Oh boy, this game. We get the bounce back here for will we? This is Rico's team. All right, we got the. Oh, I gotta stamp this shit. All right, next game on the board, we have the Toronto Maple Leafs on the road plus 185. Buffalo at home minus 225. Over under is set at 6.5. Minus 118 to the over. Toronto is 28, 27, and 11 on the season. 11, 16, and 4 on the road. Buffalo is 40, 20, and 6 on the season. 21, 9, and 3 at home. Head-to-head between these two teams, the Leafs have won 6 of the last 10. 7 of those 10 have trended to the over. These two teams have played 3 times this season. First was on October 24th in Buffalo, where Buffalo won 5-3. This was an immediate home and away back-to-back. Second game was on October 25th in Toronto, where Toronto won 4-3 in an overtime win. And the last game was on January 27th in Toronto, where Buffalo won 7-4. All 3 of those games have went to the over. That is something I like in this game. Toronto is 2-6, 0-2 in their last 10, 2-5-3 to over-unders. Toronto is coming off of a 6-4 victory at home versus Anaheim. This is the first game of a short 2-game road trip. They will also be on the front half of a back-to-back, where they will travel to Minnesota to take on the Wild on Sunday. Buffalo is 8-2 in their last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the under. Buffalo is coming off of a 1-2 loss at home versus Washington. This is the 5th game and final game of a 5-game homestand. They will head out on the road to take on the Knights on Wednesday. So this is Buffalo don't play for a while.
Ova.
I'm thinking over. I'm thinking wall saves. I'm thinking Buffalo team total. Buffalo's coming off of that ugly loss. They're gonna get like 3-4 days off after this. This can
Yeah.
be like a
Even
drain
when
the
the Leafs
tank
were
and
good,
rest.
they never ever played good in Buffalo. Even when the Leafs were a lot better than Buffalo, Sabers just took that QEW highway rivalry to heart, man, and they played the Leafs hard at home. It was different in Toronto, but in Buffalo, now that they're the better team and they got Toronto by the throat as far as where they're at, yeah, I don't think Toronto's momentum from that last game carries over. They tried to do everything they could to lose that game by just taking penalties in the third period and giving Anaheim power plays to just try and lose a spirited affair where they tried to stick up for Matthews in the third period and give Anaheim that game just so they can try and get lower in the standings. So this is Buffalo all day. This isn't over. You're going to see some pace here because there's going to be a lot of Leaf fans in the building. But
Yeah, I want to say give me like the over first period, over 5.5. Like in that 7-4 game, almost 2 months ago, it was 3-2 at the end of the first period. Then you had those immediate back-to-back games. It was 1-1 on the second one. It was 2-2 in the first one.
I like Buffalo regulation too. The Leafs don't even want a point here. Like there's no value on taking Buffalo to win the money line. Like you're minus what, 220, 230?
Yeah. Yeah, they're way
There's
too
still a
favored.
lot of Leaf fans that don't want to pay $200 a ticket. They'll go to Buffalo and sit in those same seats for 60, $70. I don't know what the tickets are like this year because they're winning, but I can imagine they're still. But the exchange rate too.
They might be, well, I don't know about there, but I was going to say they might start questioning it now with the fucking prices of gas.
That's true too. Gas is going up 6 cents a liter overnight. Holy fuck! Let those ships through that fucking Bering Strait or whatever the hell those boats are getting let through, man.
Yeah.
Holy
I,
shit!
I agree. But yeah, I like the Sabres here. I think you got to take them. Man, even in reg is probably going to be like what minus 140 at a 220 price for money line.
Yeah, the
It's
puck line's like even money right now. It's like,
yeah, maybe the -1 if you can catch a good price, but I think I like the Buffalo team total. I like Buffalo shots on goal, uh, wall saves. I think they bring the Thunder here after giving up that loss to Washington. That was just
yeah, Austin Matthews is done for the year now. Like this team is got the fucking captain sucked right out of them.
looks like we might have Alex Lyon in net. Joseph Wall. One thing to note too, Alex Tuck is day to day. His estimated return is tomorrow, but he didn't suit up against the Capitals. Or did I thought he did? Maybe he didn't. It says
You know
won't
what's
suit
messed
up.
up though is Toronto plays good when Austin Matthews isn't in the lineup. They do it when
Yeah.
Morgan Riley's not in the lineup, and they do it when Matthews is not in the lineup.
Yep. Yeah, he's out for the season for sure.
Yeah, Gouda's got 5 games, the maximum allowed for an in-phone hearing. But it's funny, they didn't announce that suspension to Goudas till after word came out that Matthews has an MCL injury and a contusion, which is bone bruise or whatever. But MCL, I guess it could have been ACL or PCL. It could have been worse for Matthews. They're saying MCL strain or something like that, but they just shut him down.
Yeah. I mean, Buffalo's injury list there is growing. I know you got a lot of people on IR, but you got Colton Ellis day to day, Kozak, Pearson, Samuelson, and now Tuck. So those guys are all day to day. I know Colton Ellis is, way down the road there, goalie, but
Yeah.
looks like it might be Lyon. I do like that first period puck line, John, but I also I like the over. So whether that's both teams to score, Buffalo to score two, um, play that as you wish. But I do like the over first period, and I like the over full game. Probably
I
more
forgot
so.
that Jordan Greenway was even on that team. And Yuri Kulich. Yuri Kulich is on the IR, but it says ear. He's out with ear. Like, you get a puck in the ear or something? Season likely over.
I was trying to think of what EAR could stand for.
Oh, is it ear or EAR?
Yeah.
Dude, an issue. Oh, dude, this is it. Related to fluid in his ears. Was
Oh, I
determined
bet you
later to
is.
be a blood clot.
Oh,
Holy
shit.
Yeah, hopefully the issue will resolve in time for next season. Jesus.
JD's got a good comment, right? He says the lack of response from the other four guys on the ice when Matthews went down tells you all you need
Fuck,
to know about
AG.
this team.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and everybody said they didn't see it. Nope, nobody saw it. Meanwhile, there's a fucking video of Nylander looking right at it and putting his hand up at the ref and saying, "Why aren't you calling this?" But Nylander's like, "No, I didn't see anything." And Morgan Riley after's like, "Yeah, this is my bad. I should have done something about it." But the ref was kind of in the way, and I'm like, okay, fuck, yeah. All you saw on Toronto media today was Wendell Clark pumping fucking Marty McSorley in '94 because in Game 1 McSorley took out Gilmore and Clark just fucking went after him right away. It's like, Jesus, why can't we have the Leafs in the early '90s again? But I don't know. Yeah, nobody saw nothing on the ice when Matthews got fucking kneed by Rathko Gudis. And that's the time to do it because the ref's going to let Ratko Gudas take a couple shots there. If you got somebody that even jumped the boards, like, who cares? You get a 7-game suspension. Take the David Clarkson $7 million a year contract. He got suspended for 10 games for jumping the fucking bench in his first game or whatever for the Leafs. That's where you send somebody over the boards. Yeah. Send somebody over the boards to slash the guy in the fucking beard and call it a season and whatever. You got nothing to play for except sticking up for your captain at that point. It's shit, dude. I listen to Toronto radio all day. Fuck, so yeah. That's my thought on it.
I bet you JD will be taking Matias Michelli first goal. For a team goal, probably. I could see that again. I mean, the dude's he's got goals in 4 of the last 5. I believe 3 of those have been the first team goal for Toronto. Yeah, dude's just been sniping them. Ex Yote. Wow, how about this? Nicholas Robertson, 5 goals in the last 6 games versus Buffalo. Plus 440. I think me and JD were talking
still
about
playing
him
with a set of balls.
Yeah, we were just talking about him.
He's still playing. Yep. Take Nicky
Plus
Bobby if you can get his props for shots.
That. Yeah, you got to take that for sure. That's a great find at plus 440. Let's see who else we got in here.
I mean, Michelli, you got to take him at plus 380 until he tells you he's not scoring anymore.
Yep. Josh Norris has got 3 goals in the last 4 games versus the Leafs.
Oh, and that's all with the Sens too. So you know that he's just going to be hungry to fucking play the Leafs here.
Yeah. JD says Sergeant Schultz. Sergeant Schultz. Anybody else I see for let me see for shots. Anybody in this game? I mean, no, I ain't taking Nylander. Man, did you see in that last Buffalo game where they teed up Thomas I mean, Thompson for like 5 shots on goal in a row during that power
Dude,
play.
they were all fucking one timers, and he was like shaking his arm like he was so fucking tired. He was laughing about it after.
Yeah. I was laughing because somebody on Instagram, one of the betting things, it was like it's probably Spitting Chicklets or somebody, but they put a video up and it's like a message pops up on the screen. It's like, "Hey bro, I got a lock, Thompson under 3.5 shots," and then they just play that clip. It's like, bam.
That's
Oh man,
awesome.
I was fucking laughing my ass off so hard because you know
That's
how that
cool.
shit happens. Like you got the greatest lean and you think the greatest of it, and then all of a sudden some shit happens like that in the first period where they just
Yeah.
fucking unload and let them go shot for
Yeah.
shot. But
That's awesome.
oh, I like that, JD. Robo Brothers tomorrow, anytime goal parlay. Yeah, because Robertson
Yeah.
had 2 in that last game, right? I'm pretty sure he had 2 in that last game. So that's definitely something I could get behind.
Yeah, parlay that one with Mr. East Coast Hockey Saturday night in Montreal there, Cole Caulfield.
Mm-hmm.
Cole Caulfield.
Goal Caulfield.
Cole Caulfield.
Yeah, he said all first team goal. Oh, and 4 straight. All first team goal. What a fucking crazy run there. All right,
Nice.
I think we're done with that one. Moving on to the next. 4 games to go. All right. Timestamp this sucker. All right, next game on the board, we have the Columbus Blue Jackets on the road, -125. Philly at home, +105. What a fishy line that is to me. Over under is set at a flat 6, -118 to the over. Blue Jackets, 32, 21, and 11 on the season, 16, 13, and 4 on the road. Philly, 31, 23, and 11 on the season, 15, 11, and 7 at home. Head to head between these two teams, they are an even 500. 4 of those 10 have trended to the under. They have played once this season back on January 28th in Columbus, where Columbus won 5-3. Columbus is 5-1-4-0 in their last 10, even 500 on over-unders. Columbus coming in off of a 1-2 overtime loss on the road versus the Panthers. Columbus has lost 3 of the last 4. All 3 of those losses have also been losses in overtime. They've also had 5 overtimes in the last 10 or the last 8 games. This is the 3rd and final game of a 3-game road trip, and they will head back home to take on the Hurricanes on Tuesday. Philly is 6-3-1 in their last 10. 8 of those 10 have trended to the under. Philly is coming in off of back-to-back wins, beating Washington 4-1 and most recently beating Minnesota on the road 3-2 in a shootout win. They are they're on an island game here at home. They're coming in from Minnesota. Will play here versus Columbus and then head out back on the road on Wednesday to take on the Ducks. Columbus losing 3 of the last 4. I can't bet with Philly. I'd have to take the Blues here on the road unless I see something that doesn't make more sense. They got Columbus.
I like Columbus here.
Yeah, they grinded out a close one there against Florida, lost that one. Beat Tampa Bay, just barely lost to LA, and LA is playing great right now. Just barely lost to Utah. I mean, a lot of these games are 1-goal games, a lot of overtime games. Playing close games for sure.
They'll probably give Vladar the net because they don't play for another 3 days, I think, after this. Yeah, they go off to Anaheim after this. So this is going to be Anaheim's first game at home, playing Philly on Wednesday when Anaheim finishes their road trip. That's where Philly goes next to Anaheim Wednesday. They're going to go Vladar the net here. Definitely, 100%. They're not playing till Wednesday after.
I mean, I could probably get behind a draw. Both of these two teams have been playing really close games.
I could see that too. They're both like right beside each other in division, I think, too. I mean, Talkett's going to have his guys with a lot of confidence. I mean, you just went into Minnesota and you beat the Wild. Like, if there's any confidence builder, there's that game. But even after winning against the Caps, which is a good win too, but going into Minnesota and beating them 3-2 in a shootout, like, you got to be feeling good coming home against the Jackets. I wouldn't be surprised if Philly wins this thing before going out west. I don't know. I'm just thinking, like, as a team, you beat Minnesota, you're feeling good. Like, you're ready to rock against a team that basically that's right in front of you. Like, you got to leapfrog the team that's coming into your barn. Like, Philly loses this one. This is a heartbreaker for them. Especially when you're going out west and you're going to play who? Like, fucking Anaheim and who else? Yeah, Anaheim, LA, San Jose. And you got the Blue Jackets back at home again, your first game back after the road trip.
And
it's be tight. I like your draw. Yeah.
And I mean, and Blue Jackets are just the one spot out of the playoff race. Like, they're right behind the Bruins. They're 1 point behind the Bruins. Like, they got to be feeling kind of desperate, losing 3 of the last 4. They should want to win this one and bring it here. Who are we going to get in net for? Hopefully it's not Merz Lincolns. He's been back and forth.
Yeah, you'll get Vladar
like
and Philly, yeah.
And Greaves. Looks like Greaves is projected for the Blue Jackets. I mean, Philly's been okay at home. I mean, both of these two teams, they're in their worser. The good old Guns N' Roses line. They're worser every day. They are worse, and they're at both spots on. I think Philly's better, slightly better on the road by a game. Blue Jackets are slightly better at home by a game. They definitely have less losses in regulation there, but it would be Columbus or nobody for me in this one. I think Philly gives them a close one there, but just take them on the money line, -125. It's playable. You can have Greaves, Vladar.
So if the playoffs started tomorrow, who does Columbus start in net?
I'd have to go with Greaves.
Yeah, the numbers say so.
Yeah.
I mean, but he gave up 5 against LA, but LA put up a lot of shots on him.
Well, if you're a goalie, you got to have at least, if you're going to have a bad game, it's got to be 1-7, right? Series is 7 games long in the playoffs. If you're going to have a let-up game, let it be 1 every 7.
Yeah, I'm having a tough time on the side. When you said draw, I can live with that.
Yeah. I got that written down too. Draw, Blue Jackets. As far as props, we'll probably get into more of that. They were getting into the later games now, so. Oh, I'm going right back to
Sean Monahan.
Yep, 8 straight. He's covered.
He got his over 1.5, dude. I looked at that line and I took it. And I was like, this guy's an over 1.5 shot machine.
Yeah, he has been as of late. more solid on the at home as of late, but he is covering. He's covered 3 straight on the road for the last 5 of the last 7. So I got to ride that train. I think I've been on his shot prop for 4 straight, maybe 5. But I've been playing it it started off like at plus 110, inched around even money a couple times. Last game it was minus 114. Now it's showing minus 120. And I think part of that is because he's just getting 2. So he does have that one game that he had 5, but just getting 2. So give me.
It's like Mason Marchment. Marchment's good for shot props on a given night, but he's so inconsistent. Like one night he'll get 1 or 2, next night he'll get 3 and 4. Like just so up and down. Mason Marchment. It's hard to play him.
Yeah. Anybody else that sticks out to me? I know. I don't think Poe Buddy's in here, but he had mentioned Jamie Drysdale over 1.5 shots. He's covered in 5 of the last 6. 3 of those 6, if he's had 3 or more. Oh yeah, JD's home. I can kick him the link real quick. Oh, sorry, JD. I just saw your text message about doing a show. I'll drop it in the chat right now with Rico. Or not the chat, but our text message that we are doing today between me, you, and Rico. So yeah, Jamie Drysdale, he's covered in 9 of the last 11. Over 1.5, it's minus 120. Also got decent numbers against Columbus. So that might be a good look too. I might look at that. I think that was Poe Buddy that gave that to me last time because I was looking at somebody else and he directed me to this one.
This is a bad spot for Philly. Being home against Washington, then the very next day going to Minnesota, and then you're coming right back home against Columbus. Then you're flying out basically on a road trip. The bad spot for the Flyers here.
Hey, boys.
What's up, JD?
What's happening?
Oh, I just went to see a nice comedy show, and now I got this comedy. The only thing I don't like about the draw is that Philly doesn't want a 3-point game.
That's true.
Like,
so who wants the points more then?
It's not a matter of who. Well, I mean, they both want the points, but a 3-point game hurts the Flyers more than it hurts Columbus. Let's put it. Wouldn't you agree? Because the Flyers
they're
are
so close, though. They're so close. I could see if one was a little bit more ahead than the other one.
They're 5 points back, Philadelphia, because they don't have the tiebreaker. So they're 4 in the standings, but 5 because of the tiebreaker. It just a 3-point game hurts Philadelphia.
I get you.
You know.
Yeah, because then it doesn't give them no spread or no gain.
Yeah,
I get it. And Columbus, they played the equal amount of games too.
No, they played equal amount of games. Right. Philly, if I remember, I think what I got it here. They already put my notes. They already started making notes on the games.
So Columbus would be okay playing to the draw here, but Philly's going to try and bring the pace because they need.
Well, I mean, Columbus could afford the draw more than Philly because they own the tiebreaker. I mean, Columbus they both obviously need to win. I'm just saying that Philly really doesn't want to have to give Columbus a point because they're still going to they're only going to there's not a lot of ground that they're going to gain. They need.
I get it. Are you? Yeah, are you trusting Rick Tocchet to tell his team, let's keep this going? We just won a bad spot game in Minnesota, even a slightly cup favorite,
Oh,
or are you
that
thinking
coach?
Columbus
Yeah.
wins this game because of the spot Philadelphia is in after being home against Washington, on the road against Minnesota, home, and then all the way out on the road after?
Well, they don't. I mean, players don't look at it like that. Like they know they got to win tomorrow. That's all they're worried about. The interesting part with Philadelphia, though, guys, you were talking about their record. So they're 11-6 as a home favorite, and they're 4-12 as a home dog.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, look, I think Columbus is the better team. They're, my only thing with them, is that they've been chasing, like they chased the LA game. They blew the lead in the Florida game. They're fighting it. Like it's like the sphincter's getting a little tight.
Yeah, the clenched cheeks game, as Andy
Yeah,
Francis says it, right?
yeah. I mean, they're earning, like they're banking points, but I mean, the Tampa game was the most convincing, but that Utah game, remember, they were down 4-2 late in the third.
Yep.
Like they've had to chase the Utah, both the Utah and the LA losses. They had a fight to get a point. I don't know. I just I think they're the better
Yeah,
team.
I was just gonna say, if the playoffs started tomorrow and Columbus played Philly and there was no home field advantage, no spots, who do you think would win the series, Columbus or Philly?
I think Columbus would.
Who would
I
be
think there's
starting
more
for
talent.
Columbus?
Who's starting for Columbus?
Grease or Merzlikins?
No, I know what my choices are.
Yeah,
They don't
yeah.
have Jacob Fowler, so it's not him, right? It's not. They can't bring up Jacob Fowler.
I know. I was trying to tell myself who the goalies were.
I mean, I think it's whoever he feels the hottest guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just I'm looking. Like both guys got starts against Florida. Merzlikins lost, but that was 2-1 in overtime, and Greaves won a 4-2 game. But they had Merzlikins start in Boston out of the break. And let's see, you got the Rangers game, the Utah game. Like I'm looking at the games that Greaves got, and he had LA, one Florida, but they both got Florida. I mean, I don't know. I think he's just trying to figure out who's hot. We knew who
Yeah.
if it was before the break, it was Elvis, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
although actually
All right,
now
we
looking
all
at it,
agree that Columbus would win the series.
Yeah. I think
yeah,
More vets, more vets on their team, more polished, I think, a little bit.
yeah, I would say, like, just going off of not numbers, but just what I've seen out of both goalies, I feel a little more comfortable with the consistency of Greaves, although Merzlikins has been consistent at times. I just know the history I've had with Merzlikins, and maybe that's part of it when I
yeah.
bet
Look, I
with
think
him.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I would take Vladar over both Merzlikins and Greaves right now.
That's
But
crazy talk. 2026.
right, I mean, but as a team, I trust. I like. I mean, I got the best defenseman. I got a Norris Trophy defenseman with Wierenski,
Yeah.
So
and
you got the best
I
player
still
on the
think
ice between both teams.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
And
and
you got the best. Do you have the best center on the ice within both teams? Maybe is
probably
Fantilli better than Pippett?
yeah.
I would say as of right now, yeah.
Better center depth too. I mean, Charlie Coyle's there.
I mean, when you
Yeah.
got Marchenko on your wing, right? Fantilli plays with Marchenko. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, you got Monahan you got Monahan, Coyle, and Fantilli.
Yeah.
those are good.
I mean, the better
All
team
right.
to me is Columbus, but whatever.
100%. I'm with you.
Don't have to bet the game though.
Right.
I mean, I would rather bet props, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Monahan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. Now, I think there's a prop I saw Monahan over 1.5 shots in the first 5 minutes.
That definitely would have cashed last game.
Right.
Yikes. I'm going to find that one.
Yeah. So
That,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think I would lean to the.
You might be able to catch it good money at Monahan for 2 in the first period. Maybe even 1 because his prop is at 2.
You can get period shot props on FanDuel. You know that.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Absolutely.
Sweet.
Monahan,
One sec, boys, I'll be back.
Drysdale are the 2 that I like in that game for shots. All right, next game. Get the timestamp. I've only missed 1 timestamp. I'm doing okay. All right, next game on the board, we have the Detroit Red Wings on the road, plus 140. Dallas Stars at home, minus 170. Over under is set at 5.5, minus 115 to the over. Detroit 36-23-7 on the season, 18-12-4 on the road. Dallas 41-14-10 on the season, 21-7-4 at home. Head to head between these two teams, Dallas has won 8 of the last 10. 7 of the last 10 have trended to the over. They have played once this season back on December 23rd in Detroit, where Detroit won 4-3 in an overtime win. Detroit has won the last 2 versus these two teams. Detroit is 4-5-1 in their last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the under. Detroit's coming in off of back-to-back losses, most recently losing to Tampa Bay 1-4. This is the 4th and final game of a 4-game road trip, and they will play again on Monday when they play at home versus the Flames. Dallas is 9-0-1 in their last 10. 7 of those 10 have trended to the over. Dallas coming off a huge 7-2 win at home versus the Oilers. Dallas has won 3 straight. And they will be back at home on Monday when they take on the Mammoth.
Dallas team total over 3.5 plus 115. They've scored at least 4 goals in 10 of their last 14 games. They've scored 4 goals, at least 4 goals in 27 of 41 wins. And the Red Wings have given up at least 4 goals in 25 of their 30 losses.
That.
And I'm going to come back. I'll play Comfer for a goal again.
I would probably, let's see. Dallas has been trending to the over. Detroit's been trending to the under, probably just because Detroit's been losing. They've been trending to the under, but both of the 2 recent games, 7 and 10 totals. They've also got a 9 spot, back-to-back 9 spots.
But Dre, they're missing their top 2 centers.
That's true.
They're fucked.
Detroit.
Like, who's getting anybody the puck?
Not
I mean,
Marco
Comfer's your
Casper.
number 1 center. Well, no, but Comfer, who scored their only goal last game, I mean, that's your number one. Like, they need Casper and Raymond to do some serious heavy lifting. I
Yeah.
just, they're too weak at center.
Yeah. I get that.
So that's.
It's just odd at 5.5. Like, I get it. It's probably going to be like a 4-1 Dallas game, 4-0.
But it's
something like
5.5 because Detroit, like, you're going to need. It's what, 5.5 juice, right?
Yeah, just slightly minus 150.
Slightly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just think, I think the books are just looking at the fact that the Red Wings are in tough to score.
Yeah.
Rico, I was just saying, like, I know the trends have been overs, but they've no one at center other than Comfort.
Yeah, was a good goal prop last game too. As soon as he
Yes, it
split up
was. I was
that
very
top
happy.
line.
But
yeah.
I mean, I like
think it's
to your point, JD. Maybe taking Detroit team total under. They've only scored
good.
two or less in 4 of the last 5 against, and then Ottinger. He's been okay.
I mean, I just like the Dallas team total over at plus money, just with the numbers I gave you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if I'm getting plus 115 for 4 goals, and considering Dallas is on that, they score 4 when they win, and Detroit gives up 4 when they lose. So,
and that central's a meat grinder division, man. Dallas wants to at least stay in second, at the very worst to have home ice against Minnesota, if not try and catch Colorado. I mean, Dallas isn't
I don't think
giving
they're
up
catching
any
Colorado.
nights.
Yeah,
Probably
I don't
not,
think
but I mean, they're what, 5 points behind with 18 to play?
Yeah, I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
No, with the injuries Colorado has to Landeskog and Lehkonen and Colton, and Colorado's getting a little banged up. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm saying it's not impossible. But all I'm saying is Dallas isn't
that there's a chance.
Saying there's a chance, Lloyd Christmas, but Dallas isn't. Dallas is not laying up, man. Take the Casper goal for Detroit. Take the Comfort goal. Take those guys if you're going to do anything with Detroit. But with Dallas, the old getting YJ goal, the WJ Wyatt Johnson, he's playing well for Dallas right now. Jamie Benn's putting goals in the net. Like we thought he was done. All of a sudden he's starting to score at the right time.
Colorado's got a pretty soft schedule. They've got Winnipeg 3 times in the next 15 days starting tomorrow. They do play Dallas at the end of the year. But they've got like Calgary 3 times.
And they play Dallas on Wednesday.
So they've Dallas twice. Right. They've Dallas March 20th and then April 4th.
March 18th.
March 18th. Sorry, yes, March 18th.
But they do have a soft schedule. They got Calgary, they got Vancouver, they got St. Louis a couple times, Calgary again.
And Winnipeg 3 times. And they suck.
Yeah.
God, they're bad.
Winnipeg's
I don't know. I like the Dallas team total, and I'll play Robertson, and I'll play Robertson anytime, and then the parlay.
I might take another
the
crack
Robertson brothers parlay.
Yeah.
I might take another crack at Maurice Sider over 2.5 shots at plus money. He had three or more in 4 straight before he missed in Tampa Bay. But one thing that I saw when he missed in Tampa Bay, it was his highest volume game. He had 9 attempts in that game and only had 2 shots.
Wow.
So it wasn't for a lack of trying. It's just Tampa Bay was either eating puck or he was not shooting straight, missing the bowl.
Okay.
So to say.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I might take that.
Is David Perron ever coming back for Detroit? I wonder if he's ever
Yeah,
going to resurface.
Was he hurt when he got traded?
Sider has also had 10 shots in the last 3 games versus Dallas. 2 of the 3s had four shots. I haven't heard of why he's been out. Any other shot prop?
I don't know. Did you hear Tom McCullen's comments? I don't know if it was after the most recent game or the one before, where he said we just had a bunch of guys wearing jerseys on the ice.
Oh shit! No, I didn't.
Good coach, man. McLennan's a good coach.
So it says Perron is nearing return.
You know McLennan well. He was a coach out in the West Coast for a while.
McCullen, yeah, no, he's he's good. But he's fucked right now. I mean, like they need Raymond and Casper have got to they got to be put on their big boy pants, because I mean the Larkin thing. It's not that they're reevaluating him in 2 weeks. They're not saying he's back in 2 weeks.
Oh.
Yeah. Larkin and Kopp, they said, a couple more weeks we'll reevaluate.
Yeah.
Right.
I take the Comfort goal again. He had 3 shots. In
100%. Plus 540.
Oh, jeez. Put that in now because it's only going to go down tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Plus 540. Let's see. What? Let me see. Who else? Bally Bet is 540. I mean, most markets are 450. Like the best. NGM is 450. Yeah.
Thank you all for all 64 of you guys. I think we were up to 75 earlier, but thank you guys all for tuning in. Make sure you guys follow me over on YouTube. Also follow Pearlo. You can follow these guys also over on X. We may be on Pearlo's channel back tomorrow. If not, we will be back here. We are here every night, 10 p.m. Eastern-ish, most of the time. Breaking down the following day's NHL slate for you guys. All right, let's move on to the next game.
One more quick one. James Van Riemsdyk power play point. He's on PP1. You'll probably get it at a good price.
Yeah,
Not betting the farm on it. Don't really put much on.
No, I had it the first game that he went on the power play. He was put to PP1 and he cashed. It was great.
I know.
I just don't trust.
So use that money to keep playing it.
They're not. Right now though, I'm not seeing a power play point being offered.
Me neither. I'm just saying tomorrow if you remember it when you wake up.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Next time, Stan.
All right.
Alrighty. Next game on the board, we have the Pittsburgh Penguins plus 120. Utah at home minus 145. I get it, but it still don't make sense. That number. Utah's been playing like shit. Over under is set at a flat 6, minus 110 on both sides. Pittsburgh 32, 18, and 15 on the season. 16, 9, and 7 on the road. Utah 34, 26, and 6 on the season. 18, 10, and 3 at home. Head to head between these two teams, Utah's won 2 of the last 3, and 2 of the last 3 have went to the over. They have played once this season, back on December 14th in Pittsburgh, where Utah won 5-4 in an overtime win. Pittsburgh is 4-3, 0-3 in their last 10. They are an even 500 on over-unders. Penguins are coming off of a 2-6 loss in Vegas. This is the third game of a 5-game road trip, and they will play again on Monday when they travel to take on the Avalanche in altitude. Utah is 5-3-2 in their last 10. 7 of those 10 have trended to the under. Utah is coming in on a 3-game losing streak, losing 3 of the last 4 in overtime. Most recently, losing to Chicago. They couldn't beat them the whole season. Got swept 0-4. Lost 2-3 in overtime. This is the second and final game of a short 2-game homestand, and they will travel to Dallas to take on the Stars on Monday. This has got to be a get-right spot for Utah, right?
So
They
here's a
better
number I
get
found.
right because they got Dallas, they got Vegas, they got the Ducks, they got the Kings, they got the Oilers right after this. So this better get your fucking shorts back untied.
So Pittsburgh's lost 6 of 8. I mean, they're also free falling. But here's a stat that something I found earlier today. Utah is 6-1 following a home loss on the same homestand.
Good enough for me. Put it through.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably go back to. I know Utah's been a pretty good shot suppression team at home, but Chinnikov shots, you got to take Schmaltzy for a goal off the contract bump there.
I like Utah here.
Yeah.
Especially with that mountain you got to climb for the next 5 games. Like, it doesn't get any easier. You better win this one, or your confidence is going to even go down much fucking further down the pipe. You just lost to Chicago in the last 2 or 3 games. You got sandwiched in there with a loss between those two. Like, you got to win this one.
Well,
I mean,
as long as
the
I hear
under
the
is
Blackhawks
juiced
are
to
actually
minus
campaigning.
142.
What's that?
Said the under 6.5 is minus 142. Like, you're getting decent plus money at the over 6.5. Like, can you see
wouldn't you
this
just
as a
rather
high
play
scoring
over
game?
6? Pardon?
I could kind of see this as a bit of a high scoring game, no?
Yeah, Penn's 4 straight overs.
5.5.
I know
is
Utah
minus
3 straight
135.
unders. Utah's been an under team, 3 straight unders and 6 of 7.
I guess just because they've been playing Chicago. What it
Right.
is with them? They're just fucking done with those guys.
And the
Yeah, the
shitty part
Blackhawks are
is it's
campaigning for more games within the division next year, and they're all going to be against Utah.
it's
Right?
because they've been playing Chicago, but Chicago's been scoring more than they have.
Well,
Yeah.
anyway, I mean, fuck, they scored 5 goals in 4 games against Chicago this year. Who? Yeah,
That's horrible.
I know. I got to play. I got to play Utah. I don't have to, but I will. I mean, minus 145. I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to play them in reg, but the only thing that scares me is East Coast, West Coast team. They might just settle on a draw if you figure it's going to be close after the second, going into the third. If it's tied, they might just let up on each other. I don't know.
Maybe you parlay
Yeah,
it with
yeah.
Sergachev 2 shots.
What's that?
Said maybe you parlay it with Sergachev 2 shots at home. He's hit it in 4 straight. Back on the home train.
Yeah.
5-5, 2 and 3.
I like that. That's the way I'm
Yeah,
gonna
and
play
he's
it. That'll
healthy
get us
again,
plus-
right? That was his first
Yeah.
game back in almost a couple weeks too.
Yep.
So he played, and he played 26 minutes, man, against Chicago. So Sergachev's healthy. I'd take his overshots.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
good. I mean, in his last 4 games, like you were saying, he was out for almost 2 weeks, but he came right back with the same volume. He had 7 attempts in that game, in the previous 3 games, he's had 8, 8, 5, and 7. So
Yeah.
he's getting right back in the groove at home.
Holy shit, man. He's plus 182 to get 3 shots on goal.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, even his 4 games at home versus Pittsburgh is 4-3-2-3. He's had 3 or more in 3 of the last 4 versus Pitt.
And he's had 3 or more in 4 of the last 5. Is 4 of the last 5 games.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Worth a shot.
Wait, and what was it? Is over 2.5? You said
his line is 1.5 at -1 and -160. So 2.5 is what?
Yeah,
Rico.
Plus 182 on FanDuel.
Okay.
It's either you parlay Sergachev and Schmaltz at over 1.5, or you just do Sergachev at plus 182 for 3+.
Well, I'm just going to do the Sergachev over 1.5 and Utah money line, and then Sergachev over 2.5 just separately.
That's good. Yeah. That's money.
The one game this year that that Schmaltz played Pittsburgh, he had 8 shots on 13 attempts.
Okay, I'm throwing Schmaltz in there too.
Then he went 0-0-3-1-8, but
geez, that's one shot for every $1 million he's going to make next year.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
And you got to go back to Chinnikov. Over 2.5.
Yeah.
He's covered that 8 of the last 10. 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12 of the last 14.
What, over 2.5, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Who else?
That's a nice pickup for Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Yeah, you still you got him rated at plus 100.
Yeah. And that's right where he's been. He's actually been more like plus 105, 110 a lot.
Yeah.
Starting to come down though, finally.
Can't get any respect.
No respect. Good old Rodney Dangerfield.
Yep.
Yeah.
How about JJ Peterka? 7 of the last 8. Over 1.5. Minus 140. If you even look at his head-to-head versus Pitt, he's got 8 of the last 9. And he also
I'm just trying to limit my plays.
He also had 8 shots in that game versus Pittsburgh.
You're giving JD way too much volume here, man. You're fucking messing with his head.
Fuck, my head's gonna explode.
What a game! Schmaltz and JJ Peterka had. So Peterka had 8 shots on 10 attempts, and Schmaltz had 8 shots on 11 attempts. That is fucking wild. All in one game.
Wait, this was
December
14th, right?
Yep.
Hang on.
Skates and ladders.
Yeah, no kidding.
So it's a 5-4 game. Utah won it in overtime.
Like tons of penalties.
They outshot Pittsburgh 36-16.
Wow.
That game.
So, oh no, never mind. I was gonna say.
And Pittsburgh led that game 3-0.
Oh, that's that one, right? I remember that. I do remember that.
Yeah, game. Utah went up 4-3. Pittsburgh tied it with just under 6 to play, and then Gunther won it in overtime. So
I like that parlay, John. John says Sabers, Stars, Mammoth, moneyline parlay. I like those 3 teams tomorrow. All right, we all done with this one?
Yeah, Marconi had 5 shots on goal that game.
Oh wow,
Gunther
had an assist.
Gunther had 4 shots and 13 attempts.
Who the fuck's the goalie that started for Pittsburgh? Sergei Murashov?
Yeah, Mershov. Yeah, because
Jesus.
everybody was hurt.
That's hilarious.
They got a lot of goalie depth. That's why I thought maybe they were going to trade Skinner. They still could summer, but whatever. All right.
Not that you're looking for more volume, JD, but Carconi, he's
No,
he's covered 6 of the last 8, and
I'm
he's
not.
had.
I can't. I know I'm going to have 90 million fucking plays tomorrow. I'm going to, and I don't want to. Not.
I can't believe Carconi's at 1.5, and he's got 13 in the last 3 games versus Pitt. Like 5.35. That's fucking.
But you know
nuts.
that's because the books. My guess is it's just there's so many games.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely, so many games are like, hey, which ones do we zone in on here? How deep can we go? I mean,
a lot of the times isn't it
AI
just
generated too, though.
I think a lot of times though, isn't it just like algorithms are creating the shots, and I think they're not focusing really on. I don't believe. I would tend to think that they're focusing more on recent performance as opposed to performance against the team.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
all right.
Moving on, we got 2 games left on this huge.
I think we got 1.
I got Chicago, Vegas, and Seattle, Vancouver. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's Seattle,
got
Vancouver's. That's the friends and family game.
Yeah.
Poor Hockey Night in Canada again, with
That's,
Vancouver as their only 10:00 Eastern game.
That's the first
Dude,
and
but
goal
they do
punt
have
game.
the Scott Oak has Trevor Linden and Marco Rossi on
Marco
after
Rossi.
hours.
Yeah,
and
they'll
he
get
asked
more
on- he
viewership
asked-
for that.
I know. I saw Scott Oak on Twitter today because he'll do it once a week. He'll be like, "These are the guests on after hours. Any questions for them?"
Right.
So I posed a question. I'm like, "How injured were you, Trevor Linden, in the '94 playoffs? And was there any more injuries that we don't know about?" Then the other question I asked was Marco Rossi. What was the biggest challenge from being traded from Minnesota to Vancouver? I don't know. A couple of questions anyway. If they air them, they air them. But
You didn't
I know
ask him if he
Linden
hated
was
his
hurt
coat?
in that '94 series against the Rangers when Messier won that cup against Vancouver. I'd like him to talk about that a little bit more. But
Would you say
or
you
any
didn't
other
ask
guys
him
who are dealing with shit.
if he likes his coach?
If he hates, is it true that you hated John Hymes?
Oh God, yeah, I would have asked that, but I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have aired it.
No.
John Hynes. Pearlo likes John Hynes. I don't know.
He should have been head coach for Team USA. His underlying numbers are great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right.
Next game on the board, we got the Chicago Blackhawks on the road, plus 190. Vegas at home, minus 235. Already getting that respect that quick with Stone coming back in the lineup. Over-under is set at a flat 6, minus 110 on both sides of that number. Chicago is 25, 29, and 11 on the season, 12, 14, and 6 on the road. Vegas, 30, 22, 14 on the season, 15, 10, and 7 at home. Head-to-head between these two teams, Vegas has won 6 of the last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the over. Let's see. They have played twice this season. First was in Vegas on December 2nd, where Vegas won 4-3 in a shootout. Then on January 4th in Chicago, where Chicago won 3-2 in an overtime win. Both of those games have went to extra time. Chicago is 4-4-2 in their last 10. 7 of those 10 have trended to the under. Chicago's coming in off of back-to-back wins versus Utah, both 3-2 wins in overtime. They do not play again until Tuesday, where they will play back at home against the Wild. Vegas is 4-6 in their last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the under. Vegas is coming off of a 6-2 win against Pittsburgh at home. This is the second game of a 4-game homestand. They will play again back at home on Tuesday when they take on the Buffalo Sabers.
Well, definitely the draw.
Mm-hmm. Just the two.
I mean,
Definitely the draw, but one thing Chicago's been doing is they haven't been giving up a shit ton of goals. There was a dead night at home against Vancouver where they gave up 6, but they've kind of not been getting blown out by more than a couple lately, it seems like. No? They've been kind of keeping games to the under a little bit more than you would think.
so
Although
back to
it's a
back.
look ahead
Yeah,
spot
the
to
2
like
3
4
2 games.
division games.
4-3 Dallas, and they lost in overtime. 6-3 Vancouver. 3-2 Winnipeg. I mean, the Utah games, 3 of their last 6 games are Utah. They don't give up goals to Utah. They lost 3-1 to Colorado, lost 4-2 to Nashville, lost 4-2 to Nashville was the first game out of the Olympics. So to your point, I mean, they're 6-2 to the under since coming out of the break. And 3 of those unders are against Utah.
Just seems like Chicago hasn't been really giving away games like they were last year.
Well, I mean, 4 of their last 5, no, they're definitely not. I mean, I like the draw just because, well, both their games this year have been draws. Vegas has
And
played
Utah has
21
more points than
overtime
Vegas.
games. Pardon?
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say, people crying all over Twitter today about the 1-8 format should be coming back because Utah could be playing Vegas and they got more points than them.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, carry on.
21 overtime games for Vegas, and Chicago 3 straight and 4 or 5.
Yep. Utah, Dallas, Winnipeg. Definitely the draw.
I'm gonna play. I'm playing Bertuzzi
Spencer
for
Knight over
an
saves.
anytime. What's that?
Spencer Knight
Knight
over
over
saves.
Or Vegas shot total.
You know what I like is Dorofeyev is getting to a line where you can't play his 2.5. But if you parlay it with Bedard has been pretty solid for 3 as of coming back from the break. He's covered 3 in every game except for that last one versus Utah when he scored the overtime winning goal. But
so play them parlay over 2.5 for Dorofeyev. Yeah.
And Bedard.
I like that.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? If I asked you who has the worst power play in the league and who has the best penalty kill in the league?
Oh, I know the answer.
Colorado. Yeah, who?
It's Colorado's got the worst power play, and Chicago's got the best penalty kill, or they're up there.
Yeah, Chicago. Chicago has the number 1 penalty kill in the league. Maybe I was just thinking that maybe that's why they've been staying in these games a little bit because they're not giving up anything. The power play, and they're just hanging in 5-on-5.
Yeah, Colorado's going to be the first team since Anaheim in 2013-14 to win to lead the league in points, I think it was, and to have a power play 20 or below.
Yeah. And Stone was back last game, by the way, too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
This isn't his first game back. Yeah.
No.
Where is Bowman playing?
He played 4th line last game.
Did he? He was
Yeah,
You sure?
they reunited Stone, Eichel, and Barbashev.
I was asking because he's been pretty solid for 2+ shots, but I was wondering where he was moved with
Yeah.
Stone coming
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. They put Dorofeev with Marner so he could be a bit of a trigger man there, trying to get Hurdle going 5-on-5 because Hurdle's one of the worst 5-on-5 players. Like he could play the power play,
terrible.
but is
Terrible.
yeah. So that's why they're trying to
we were
stick him
taking a
with
look
those
at
guys.
his minutes. We were looking at his minutes. I remember when I was at the Vegas Edmonton game, and one of the Vegas people was pointing out to me like he had the lowest or bottom third 5-on-5 minutes in a game against Edmonton. He's great 5-on-4 and 6-on-5, but can't play 5-on-5.
Yeah. That's why they put him with Marner. Marner will make you better.
Yeah.
Try to anyway. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Bertuzzi over 1.5 shots? It's like minus.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm playing him. I'm playing him for anytime and first goal. He scored the first goal in one of the 2 games this year against Vegas. He had the second goal in the other one, but he's done it 14 times this year.
He had 5 shots and 8 attempts in that last game in January.
Yeah.
What if you parlay Bertuzzi and Michelli for the first goal?
Oh, could do that for shits and giggles.
Yeah, first team goal.
Well, if I do that, I'm also throwing in Zibanejad because he leads the league.
Yep.
You know what? Saturday night fun bet. The triple entente, the triple alliance, whatever you want to call it. Put those 3 together. Throw a buck on it. Throw a coffee on it.
Yeah.
3 amigos.
The other one I would look at tomorrow. I mean, I'll take a look at his numbers, but Marner, he got it. He got the 2 points last game. I think it's now 16 times in 32 home games he's had at least 2 points.
Yeah, I know. Reckon Vandal took that away too when I went to go put his 2 points.
Oh,
through.
right, because I had to go to DraftKings.
Yeah. I'm bad enough with one book. I don't need more. Although sometimes I should think that I should have more than one option.
Now it's interesting. Has he not had a point? He's not had a point against Chicago in the 2 games this year. So maybe I don't. God, that I don't know if you remember that shootout game in that Vegas won against Chicago was the night that Bedard had the sick goal in the shootout. Okay, so Bertuzzi
and in chat.
Okay.
All right. He's got to get you home though in the first one. Then you could kind of ease up a little bit, knowing that you might have a shot with Zibanejad and Bertuzzi after. But if you got balls enough to play the Michelli one, you bet $1 it pays $5,800
for first overall goal or team goal.
No, just team goal, right?
Goal. Oh yeah, no, I got to go team goal. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it could happen. Yeah, it could happen.
Next.
I don't see anything else I like in here. I mean, you could minus 223. I don't even know if I like their Vegas team total. I can probably see that, but big slate, lots of plays.
Yeah.
Other stuff to look at.
Yeah.
All right. we're not going to talk about that last one. So that is
Elway.
it. Yeah, throwaway game. John Elway.
I said Elway. Yeah,
Elway
right?
game.
Okay.
Yeah. First and goal punt.
Right.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and clip it. Thank you guys all. Let's see, who do we have in here? 65 of y'all. I know there's some of also you guys on Instagram that it's not counting. I think there's a couple of you guys there on Instagram. But thank you guys all for tuning in. We're going to do the clip version of everything we kind of went through. I know JD wasn't here in the beginning, but he can kind of just give us his initial feels for the game. And we can go from there. But let me get the timestamp on. Just over 3 hours. Not too shabby.
So I show plus 62,900 for that parlay.
Nice.
I don't have the first away or home goal scorer props yet on FanDuel, so I just went first goal scorers, whatever.
I do. That's weird.
On FanDuel?
Yeah.
Were they under the which section?
Under goals.
Under goals.
In the goal section.
It's weird.
1 sec. Player goals, next goal scores. Oh yeah, first team homer. Okay, all right. Jesus, now I got to double dip.
Yeah, thanks, JD.
Oh, and hang on. If you add a Caulfield anytime goal, it becomes plus 144,800. What the fuck?
Dude, JD, now that you said that, the only thing that's not going to come through is the plus 120 fucking Caulfield anytime goal. That was never the plan. We never talked about that.
Okay, well, I'm throwing that in.
All right, watch. That's the only one that fucks you.
Yeah.
That's where you get double dip.
Yeah.
All right. Going all the way back to the first game, 1 p.m. Eastern versus the Anaheim Ducks and the Ottawa Senators. The only thing I had in this game was the under 6.5. And that was my only lean. Go ahead, Rico.
1 sec, I just put this away team goal score prop. Okay, so yeah, Ottawa, where were we here? Sens. Duckies.
We like the under.
Yeah, the under, I think, slight lean on a draw. Yeah, the Batherson point props, maybe Giroux shots. He was firing it at the net the last game. Yeah, I think a draw in this game. I think in this spot for both teams. Anaheim's played a lot of hockey. I think this is 4-6 for them. I think Ottawa really won that win against Montreal in the last game. This is an early start for Anaheim. This is like a 10 a.m. local Anaheim start.
It would be.
There's still.
Yes.
Yeah, I think this is just an Ottawa spot. It's going to Montreal right after this game. I kind of lean Sens. I kind of lean draw. Kind of lean Batherson. Yeah, that's my lean on this game. I like the Sens on the side here.
Yeah, I think it was between like Batherson, Stützle, and Cousins. Cousins is good for
Rich
2
one?
shots. Yeah, rich one. Dylan's if you're looking for a parlay piece over 2+ shots.
Yeah, don't click the wrong Cousins and think he's undervalued.
Yeah, the Cousins with a Z, not with an S.
Yes.
JD.
Well, but if it's Rico, it's a Z. Okay, so come on, like
All right.
Got to be fair to our I do like the draw, and I'm going to be. I'll continue to ride the Cutter Goche anytime goal, and then first goal. He's done that in 5 of the last 7 games. Anaheim's first goal.
Oh, well, why didn't we put him in our parlay?
I forgot because I'm playing catch up right now.
Yeah.
Fuck, I gotta create another one.
Okay.
All right, next game.
So now you're out $2.
Next
First
game
away
on the
team goal
board,
scorer.
3 p.m.
Alright,
Eastern. We have the Boston Bruins at the Washington Capitals. I have the under 6 in this one, and I got a small lean. I know Boston's shitty on the road, but give me the Boston as a dog on the road. Rico.
Yeah, we talked about this one too. It's inconsistency from Washington here.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
a lot of people have said to me that room is fractured since the deadline.
yeah. Yeah,
And
I love the under. I'll take the under 6 here. Just Swayman, Thompson. Give me a boring afternoon game. I'll
Yeah.
take the under more than anything. But I know what you're saying. And when Ovi comes out publicly and says, I woke up to the news that Carlson was gone like that. And that goes to show that they don't talk to your legendary player to let him know that we're moving a legendary
yeah, you can't.
defenseman.
I don't fault them for that. You can't do that.
Yep.
You start letting players.
For sure, yeah. I mean,
you could tell them that you've traded them, but they did it at 2 a.m. Like it sucks.
I know, dude.
And
that's
although
another
they
thing.
could have
I
called
couldn't
Ovi because he
believe
was
that
probably
either.
just. Pardon?
I couldn't believe that John Carlson woke up to that news too without even having a sniff about even talks to him before that about maybe being moved. Like that I couldn't believe.
Well, they could have called Ovi. He was probably just getting home anyway, so.
Yeah, Subway's not open till 10.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
All right.
Yeah.
The under for me is right now is the only I can get to, but I'll take a look tomorrow for some props.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next game on the board, Colorado Avalanche, Winnipeg Jets. It was a small pass for me on this one. I did like Natchez anytime goal. He's been hot. We did also say Hellebuck saves, possibly. Looking at maybe some Colorado shot props, but I think the Colorado line was way too far gone to even look at playing that way. And Hellebuck's been pretty solid, except for that. Hellebuck has been pretty solid, except for that last game, giving up. I think he gave up 5. But other than that, I'll look for some props in that one tomorrow. Rico?
Yeah, same here. You're going to see Hellebuck in net. You're going to see Morrissey playing another 25, 26 minutes a night against every time McKinnon comes over the boards. If they keep Kadri and Natchez together on that top line, they'll try and shut them down. I like the secondary guys. If you put Kiviranta, he's on that second line. He's really good money for a goal. Even Nick Was scored in his last game. They got him on the wing on the third line, but good value with those guys if you look down a little bit. I know McKinnon's right neck and neck with McDavid for the Ross, so you got to pay some money to get his multi-point or shots. So tough call. I first look is props here too, Dre. I'm the same way. I don't really want to play a side because it could be Hellebuck over saves as well, depending where you get it at. But I like Kiviranta and Nick Waugh goal props. Just try to cash in some plus money on this one.
Yeah, you still got Lankinen and
Lankinen?
Yeah, Lankinen and
Colton, Landeskog, they're all
Landeskog. That was the other one I was thinking of. JD.
Yeah, Colorado team total over 3.5. The Jets have given up 4+ in 7 of their last 8 losses, and Colorado, they've scored 4 in 33 of their 44 wins, and they've covered the puck line in 33 of 44. So I don't know. Right now, I'm looking at their team total over 3.5. Morgan Barron, anytime goal and first goal. He's been doing it every other game. The Jets' first goal in 3 of 6, and he's literally done it every other game. I did have Kiviranta last game at plus 1100 because he had really good numbers against Decord. But I'll take a look on him tomorrow. But yeah, I like guys lower down in the lineup as well.
Alrighty, next game on the board, we have 6 p.m. Eastern. We have the New York Rangers taking on the Minnesota Wild. Rangers team total over 2.5 at plus 104. They're on a shooting scoring spree. Even like it better when they're on the road versus at home. Small lean to the Rangers money line here. Gabe Pearlo over 1.5 shots. And game total over 6. I like Rico.
Yeah, I like Lafreniere, his shots, his goals, probably Will Cooley. What I do like is Ty Cartier. I think he's got a one or two lately, and he's like almost plus, I think he's plus 900 to get a goal. I'll take him. Zuccarello, former team, I'll take him for a couple points. Boldy's down in the second line. They got Zuccarello on the top line, so I kind of like the sneaky Zuccarello points. He's on the top power play, former team angle. But yeah, Ty Cartier, sneaky plus 900. He's got 2 goals in his last 3 games. Why wouldn't you take him plus 900? He's getting ice time. He's 15 minutes a game. Put a little sneaky on him.
JD.
I like the over. Definitely like the over. I'll look to Zibanejad. I like the Cartier. Yeah, Perot and Lafreniere. I mean, those guys have really woken up since the Panarin trade. So definitely, I'll look a little closer tomorrow. But also be on Kaprizov anytime goal and first Minnesota goal. He has scored their first goal in 3 of the last 6. And if Zibanejad's got good numbers against Minnesota, I'll look at him as well. He's got the first goal 15 times this year for the Rangers.
Alrighty, next game on the board, 7 p.m. Eastern, we have the San Jose Sharks taking on the Montreal Canadiens. Got to take Caulfield for a goal. Maybe even take him for 2. It is Saturday night. I'm probably going to go right back to that same prop. I think JD took it last time. Celebrini, Caulfield, 3+ shots on goal, parlay. Maybe take it up to 4. I could see them both going 4 here. Colin Graff, over 1.5 shots. He's covered that in 8 of the last 10. He's also had 8 shots in the last 3 games versus Montreal. You can catch that at minus 125. That's all I got in this one. Rico.
Yeah, I kind of like the over in this game. Toffoli, former Hab, I think he comes out, plays hard Saturday night in Montreal. On the Hab side, of course, Cole Caulfield, he's not injured. It's just illness. If he's back, he's healthy. So maybe Michael Misa again, Ontario voice, scored his last game. We get him at plus 450. Other than that, I just like high scoring. It's going to be back and forth, I think, in Montreal. I'll take Layden Hudson with his 1 million assists. You could probably just cash that with any other parlay you want to do. Other than that, maybe an Oliver Kapanen goal prop. He's still at second line center there. It's good value until they change it. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Maybe you can get another solid game out of Nedeljkovic and get some saves. I don't know what Montreal's shots look like, but he had a pretty good game last game. Askarov is day-to-day, so they got Nedeljkovic slated in.
Yeah, they called up Brossois. I saw that.
Yeah.
Who?
Laurent Brossois.
Oh, yeah. Brossois. Dude, I swear when we were talking about this earlier, there was another goaltender's name there. It wasn't Brossois. Colin Walski or whatever, he was there, but Brossois wasn't there. There was another guy.
Yeah, they called him up today. So he was crushing it in for the Barracuda.
Logan +1.
I'll play Celebrini again, anytime goal, and first goal, 3 of 4, 4-7 for him for the first Sharks goal. Kiefer Sherwood, he's going to be public enemy number one after that game against Montreal in San Jose. But I'll look at some props for Kiefer Sherwood and Slavkovsky for a goal.
Oh yeah, that's a good look. I like that too. Next game on the board, we have the Calgary Flames taking on the New York Islanders. Anders Lee over 2.5 shots. Definitely going back to that.
Is he alive? Like, was he even alive tonight?
He was. He had 3 shots. He was alive
Oh, he
enough to
did
get
it.
3 shots. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was listening. I'm sorry to interrupt. I was listening to the Kings broadcast, and they just said, like, the announcer goes, I don't remember calling his name tonight.
He was.
Okay.
He
Okay.
was.
Very good. No, I was. Okay. Very good.
Yeah, he was.
Dude, this
I
stuff
think
is
it was
better than.
plus.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just say, I
Oh,
think
sorry.
it was plus 105 is what I got his prop at for tonight. 2.5.
Okay.
I was just gonna say these first away and first team, like home team goal scores. If you parlay those are better than the lottery. Better
Yeah.
odds. I mean, I got Cutter Gauthier, Morgan Barron, Kaprizov, and Celebrini at like 420,000 to 1.
Yeah.
$1 pays $4,500.
Yeah.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah, keep bringing those stats, JD. We're gonna hit them one day. I just need to probably put less than 4 of them together.
Right.
Round robin them.
But even just keep playing one, and
Round robin.
if you hit 2, yeah.
Yeah, round robin.
Right.
So you hit 2 of 4 or 2 of 3.
Yeah, I would
or something like that.
play like 5 and then do groups of 3.
Yeah.
Fuck,
You know what I
can
mean?
you do that on FanDuel?
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
open the round robin section, it should say by 2s, by 3s,
Oh.
by 4s, or
You're right.
I do them by 3s. I pick 5. It's probably a
Nice.
good way to go.
Yeah. Well, Dre's into threesomes, so that's why.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I'm just always too short. Too
Right.
I'm always too short of a threesome.
Yeah.
Here. All right, next game on the board. Did we got through all 3 of us right in that game, or was it just?
Well, I got nothing for this Islander game, so I don't know.
Okay.
If
You're on
Rico,
an
you
island.
do. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Did you have anything in this one, Rico?
CBJ Philly.
Yep.
No, Flames Islanders. I thought he was asking.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Flames Islanders.
Oh, Flames. I don't know. Don't the numbers say that Philadelphia or Flames always beat New Jersey? Then they always
Yep.
beat the Islanders as well. Like,
Yeah, Flames
numbers don't lie,
own
but
this matchup, and they're
geez.
playing Rittich. They got Rittich in net
Yeah.
because they're on the back end of a back-to-back.
yeah,
So,
the ex
and they
Calgary
got-
Flame, David Rittich. It's like, God.
Yeah. Somebody had
you-
said in
you
the
just-
chat they liked Flames team total over 2.5. I thought that was actually a pretty good look against Rittich.
Calgary's playing decent on this road trip. They're playing teams as well. I mean,
They don't give up.
that Washington,
They-
the Washington game kind of got away from them a little bit, but they were kind of back and forth with them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to make you earn a victory.
Yeah, give me the draw.
Next game on the
I
board.
like the team total.
Yeah. The Carolina Hurricanes taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Give me the over 6. I love the over in this one. Stankoven over 1.5 shots. Darren Radish over 2.5 shots. But my biggest lean in this one is the over 6 at -120. Rico.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like the over. The Gonzalez goal, if he's on that top line with Point and Kucherov, he's hovering around plus 330, plus 340 last time I checked. That's an all-day bet there. Other than that, I like a lot of back and forth here. You take Corey Perry, maybe a power play point if you can get a decent price. If not, just a straight up goal. He's up there on the power play. Darren Radish, I like his shots too. Emotional, probably return to the team, or I think
Yeah.
that's a close knit bunch over there that they'll welcome him back, and I think he goes off a little bit. Yeah. Other than that, I like some scoring there. Carolina on the Carolina side. I mean, Stankoven's been lighting it up a little bit. I think he's got good numbers, like you said, Jerry, against Tampa. So maybe his shots too. Ehlers has been playing hard every night as well. Mark Jankowski, I think, scored a couple times in his last.
He scored the last game. He scored their first goal in their last game.
Yeah, I think he's had like a couple in his last 4 or something. Let me check. Yeah, he scored 2 games in a row, Mark Jankowski. Yeah. So we can pop him up at probably plus 600, I would guess. Let me check what his goal prop is. Mark Jankowski. Finger scroll all the way down. Where are you? Plus 700. How you doing? Goals in 2 games straight. I wouldn't say first away team goal, but I would go straight up at plus 700.
Yeah.
JD.
Right now, for me, I like the over 6. That's right now. What's one thing that stands out for me?
Yep.
Yeah, Carolina's gone over in 9 of their last 13 games.
Alrighty, next game on the board, we got the.
Well, right, hang on, guys. I'm so sorry. Who's got over 6? Because I'm not seeing it.
Well, fuck. I had said too during the
stream.
stream.
Maybe you got to do it at FanDuel because I'm just seeing 6.5s everywhere on BetStamp.
During the stream, I had said if you like this 6, you better take it now because it's not gonna last long.
That's a good call.
And it was 6 minus 120 and minus 125 were the 2 6s that were on the board. And I want to say it was
right. You can get it minus
Rivers.
130 at FanDuel.
Yeah, I want to say it was Rivers. Let me see what it is at Rivers. Because that would still be the closest line, I would think. It's minus 107 for 6.5.
Yeah, FanDuel is showing on their the flat line minus 130. So it looks like the 6.5s are gone.
Shit.
I mean, the 6s are pretty much gone.
Yeah.
But I'd still do 6 minus 130.
They're listening.
Yep.
Yeah, you're good because the 6 over at Rivers is minus 134, so it's a worse line.
Yeah.
All right, next game on the board, we have the LA Kings playing the New Jersey Devils at home. I'm on the Kings here on the back-to-back. It's a ridiculous price for the Devils. I can't play the Devils at that number, and they haven't been the greatest. Give me Trevor Moore over 2.5 shots. This new offense got him just barreling over that 2.5. It was plus 135 today. It was, I think he got 4 by the end of the game.
No, he got 3.
Oh, he ended up with 3?
Yeah, because yeah. He had 3 early on, and then he never got the 4th.
Okay. And then give me the Kings team total over 2.5, minus 120. It shows Markstrom in net, but yeah, Kings have been just slanging puck and scoring. So give me that. Rico.
Yeah, I'd like the Kings here too. New Jersey's not playing for anything, and LA's playing for something here. My favorite play though is Lafreniere, New Jersey born, so basically
that's
the
home
game form. Laferriere.
You can't take Lafreniere. He plays for the Rangers.
Okay, I meant Laferriere. Add an R and take an N out. But he's had 2 shots in each game, 3 straight games, but 10 shots 2 games before that. Yeah, New Jersey player. I'll just go with the New Jersey guy. And Trevor Moore,
Okay.
like Dre said, he's a sneaky good shot prop at +3. He's done that 3 games straight. He's got 11 shots in 3 games. So I'll take Trevor Moore shot props. He's playing well under the new coach there. Not taking a Brant Clark point because he killed me tonight. So, yeah, other than that, no, good with those things. Not too much volume in this game, just a little bit of quality. Maybe a Scott Lawton goal. He's used to playing in division against the Devils for all those years with Philly, so you probably get Lawton for a decent price for a goal prop too.
One other reason why I like the Kings that I forgot to mention is with them on the back-to-back. You got Kemper played tonight. I think Forsberg's been the better goalie as of late.
Forsberg will go.
And yep, give me the Kings. JD.
For now, I'll stick with Trevor Moore and the Kings team total over 2.5. Yeah, that's good enough for now.
Okay. Next game on the board, we got the Toronto Maple Leafs taking on the Buffalo Sabers. Give me Buffalo team total over 3 and full game over 6.5. I will be looking at some Buffalo shot props in this one. Toronto give up the most shots on goal in the league, so I'll be looking for some players to take on the Buffalo side. Rico.
Just wondering if Buffalo shifts stuff up on that top line. I know they tried something different the last game with Benson and Austin on the top line. They didn't have a very good game, so I'm just wondering if they move stuff around. So interesting to see how they and if they change the lineup tomorrow. Obviously, Darlene assists. I would think maybe Darlene shots as well. I think Josh Norris, ex-Senator, probably want to give it to the Leafs a little bit here. I think you're going to get a high-scoring game. The Leafs fans are going to show up in Buffalo, even though they're terrible this year. It's still a cheaper ticket Buffalo than Toronto, so they always show up there. But it'll be interesting to see how Toronto shows up after that third period against Anaheim, playing like they just grew a nutsack all of a sudden. But I don't think they really did. They don't need the points. They tried getting penalties at the end of that game to lose it to Anaheim. So this is Buffalo all day. This is a get right spot for the Sabres. I'd go even Sabres in regulation here. The Leafs don't even want a point in this one. And Buffalo's all those years of losing to Toronto, although they haven't lost to them many times in Buffalo, they'll still win this one. Thompson over one timers from inside the hash marks over 2.5.
In 5 minutes, within 3 minutes, in one shift. In one shift.
That's got to be paying good.
JD.
Wow. So here's how they practiced today, Buffalo. Krebs, Thompson, and Tuck. Zucker, McLeod and Quinn, Oslin, Norris, and Doan.
Oh, they are
And
switching it up.
Benson, Carrick, and Mallenstein.
Yeah. They are switching it up.
Yeah, you knew they would. They're just
So
like
maybe
you
like
said,
a
Jay, they're
Norris
just
Doan.
fine-tuning stuff, right, before the playoffs. They're
Yeah.
just trying out different matchups with each other.
Yeah.
See who vibes.
Yeah. I'll look at the Buffalo shots on goal team total over. I want to see what I don't think there's a number available on Buffalo first goal, first period. I don't think that's out yet.
No, if you don't see it on BetStamp, it's probably not out yet because that's where I.
Well, no, they never show first goal, first period.
Oh, you're right. I was just thinking team total first period.
Yeah, Buffalo. They've scored the first goal of the first period, 8 of the last 10 games. So that's another one that I would look at. It's not out yet. So that's a prop that I'm going to look. If I can get a decent price on it, I would do it. And obviously Michelli,
Oh yeah, Mitchell.
first goal, anytime goal, first goal. Yeah.
Alrighty, next game on the board, we got the Columbus Blue Jackets taking on the Philadelphia Flyers. I gotta lean to the Blue Jackets here on the money line. I also like the draw. Sean Monahan over 1.5 shots. That might be a 2-unit look for me. I'm going right back to that. And Jamie Drysdale over 1.5 shots. I also like in that game. Rico.
Yeah, I like Columbus in this spot. And the one-hand shot, same thing we talked about. Take even Connor Garland goal prop again. Maybe an Olivier goal seems like the type of game that Olivier will score in. So yeah, that's about it. I don't think Philly's in a good spot here. The only thing that scares me is coming off a win against the Wild and losing to Columbus before going on the road. I'll take small play on Columbus, small play on a draw. I'll take the under.
JD.
God, yeah, I don't. My heart, I don't know. My heart's telling me to play Columbus. I mean, I do like the Monahan prop the best. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know. I'm still. What about if you did? Where's our boy Monahan? I was trying to see if I could find Monahan over like 1.5 shots and Columbus money line.
Oh yeah, that would be good. Because I think Columbus was like minus 120, and I think that's what Monahan is at for shots. So
Because I'm not seeing it on FanDuel, so I don't think I saw his prop on FanDuel, but
okay, yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, I don't see his 2 shots on available right now, so that's one thing I would look at. But definitely Monahan, if I can find his 1.5 somewhere, I would do that.
How has I'm like always finding myself taking shot props for Columbus, but they're probably pretty high up on the totem pole as far as volume team wise, right? Like I could possibly see
Philadelphia doesn't give
Bedard.
up a lot.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they play pretty good defense. They're just quick to the puck.
Yeah.
They just give up a lot of goals.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Next game on the board, we got the Detroit Red Wings taking on the Dallas Stars. I did like that look that JD gave with the Dallas team total over 3.5. And I'm going to take another stab at Maurice Sider over 2.5 shots at plus money. Been pretty solid. I took it last game. He only had 2. If at first you don't succeed, Ali always said try again. Rico.
Yeah, I like Dallas here on his side. Casper, Comfer props, Van Riemsdyk props, power play props, Jamie Benn goal, Wyatt Johnston shots, maybe Maverick Bork again on that top line to get one. Heiskanen probably shots, maybe an assist or point as well. But I kind of like Dallas on the side here. Detroit needs to get healthy.
JD.
Yeah, that ain't happening in this century. Dallas team total for sure, and the other prop will be Dallas to score a power play goal, over half a power play goal at minus 120. You can get that at DraftKings. It's in the goal under the goal score tab. Dallas has got a power play goal in at least 10 straight, and the Red Wings have given up a power play goal in 7 of 9.
Nice.
I'm also on Comfer and Robo.
Already. Oh yeah, the Robo parlay. Gotta mention that too, or the Robertson parlay, I should say.
Yeah, Robertson parlay.
Next game on the board,
Nick
9
Robertson,
p.m.
for those who don't know.
Yep, 9 p.m. Eastern. Got the Pittsburgh Penguins taking on the Utah Mammoth. Might take a shot at Sergachev over 2.5 shots, but I do like what me and JD were discussing, taking Utah on the money line and Sergachev 2+. I might get behind Carconi over 1.5 at -120. That looked pretty solid too. Rico.
Yeah, I like Carconi, Sergachev shots, Gunter shots, maybe Schmaltz, Keller, point parlay together. Shinnikov shots on the other side, maybe an Eric Carlson point. Um, other than that, it's Utah all day here on the side.
JD.
Yeah, I mean everything you guys have already mentioned. Schmaltz. We'll look at a Schmaltz anytime goal and his shots prop as well. So yeah, nothing else to really add to that.
Okay. Next game on the board, we have the 10 p.m. slate. Chicago Blackhawks taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. Dorofeev over 2.5 shots. Bedard over 2.5 shots. Parlay. That's all I have for right now. I'm probably going to get to something else in this game, but make sure you follow me over on my Discord if you want what I can end up coming up with. But that's all I got on this one right now. Rico.
Yeah, I like Bertuzzi first away team goal as per JD. Dorofeev shots, Marner catch him at two points plus. You catch it in time if it becomes available. Yeah, it's a Golden Knights here. I don't know if I see an under game here. Chicago might try and play hard a bit, and Vegas hasn't been really going over, have they? A shit ton of
No, they're
games.
different with Stone. It's kind of hard. It's really totally different team with Stone in the lineup.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll
JD.
take a Nazar goal too because he seems to be coming back into form a little bit for Chicago. So if he's still being undervalued a little bit, and he's got 3 in his last 4 for the Hawks.
Yeah, ML
So
Kid
be
just
Nazar or
said,
Bertuzzi.
you just said point and or assist for Nazar. Right with you. JD.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the only thing, maybe Vegas team total over shots, and I'll also, everything else you guys have talked about, and the draw.
Alrighty. And that is it. We did not cover the Seattle-Vancouver game. Not worth it here on this 14-game slate when we got 13 other games that are a lot more enticing than it is. But thank you guys all for tuning in. My goal was 2 hours. We're at 3 hours 42 minutes. But glad. Thank you for Rico and JD jumping in here. That I was going to be out on a paddleboard by myself for a little bit, but all good. You got anything going on over there in Wiesen, JD, over the weekend?
Quiet. I mean, just I'll have my column up tomorrow at around 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. I don't, and then no Sunday night on VSiN at around 9 p.m. Pacific time.
Okay. Well, for me, you can find me over at X, Instagram, YouTube, at Exotic Wagers with the Z. There's also a free Discord link in my bio where you can get all of my official plays for free. And you can follow us all over at our Twitter handles, which are down at the end, bottom there of our screens, if you want to get any of our information. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And we will catch you again tomorrow, hopefully over on Pearlo's channel. If not, you can catch us here, 10 p.m. Eastern-ish. Thank you again, and we will see you guys next time. Peace.